What's up, everybody? It's Gravehawk here. Today we're going to be doing some Dungeons and Dragons with the Sang group. Socially awkward nerds, gamers, and geeks. So for episode 1, we're going to introduce all of these characters here and some new people to my stream who've never really been live with before. So we're going to have some fun with this. As you can see, Secrets of Neirash, we've got the map here, we've got all the players along the side. And I'm going to just unmute the other guys so they can all introduce their characters and we can see where this story is going to unfold. Hello, everybody.
How's it going, Grave?
Yeah. We got Andrew, Dustin, Taika, and Hannah all in the chat. Hey, Zanara, welcome to the stream. It's going to be tough, actually. We've got 2 chats to keep up with here. I've just realised the other chat is hidden. We're going to get the Sang chat open as well, so anyone who comes in from Sang, I can see what they say in the chat. And while we do that, so we are actually multitasking, we're going to go through the list. We're going to go through Andrew's character first. So Andrew, if you want to tell us your character name and a little bit about your character and race and things like that, that'd be fantastic.
Adulton Galantara is a human paladin. Like everyone else, he is from Riverkel. He is the older brother type of the group, trying to keep everyone else from straying to their worse nature, which is apparently going to be very hard with this group. And
True.
he uses a two-handed sword.
Sweet.
Love it.
All right, next we've got Dustin.
Okay, so my character is called Feldraxian Palegaze. He was also born and raised in Riverkel. He's sarcastic and a bit secretive for some things. He has a decent sense of humor. He's generally well liked in his hometown despite being a tiefling. He left home for 5 years to study arcana, practice cartography, and find his path, among other secrets that you will find out.
Yeah, during the course of this campaign. And then we've got Hannah's character.
Yeah, I'm playing as Holiaga Stalking Wolf. She's an elf rogue. Grew up in Rivelwell with the others. She's a troublemaker and a thief. Really
We've always got one.
We have two. So, always getting in trouble with her best friend, Taika's character. And I don't know if there's anything else really.
That's fine. That's it. We've got Haliaga, the elf rogue, and then we've got Taika's character.
Yeah, my character is called Peraga Milner, and she's half elf, and she's a druid, and she doesn't like people at all. Very antisocial and another grumpy one, and she doesn't like people. She used to go around with Holiaga and do stuff, but yeah, she's just going along because she has nothing better to do, pretty much.
Yeah, basically, so Holly and Tharaga used to be like really good friends. They split off for a little bit, but now everyone's back together in the inn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go through a little bit about the campaign as well now. I think there's some problems on the Sang Twitch end, so I'm just gonna double check that's working because it didn't seem to go live for them. Just give me one moment, and then I'll read out the actual campaign brief. The first episodes are always the toughest for, hey, it always starts in Tavern. Always, exactly, man. Sup, draw with random. Oh, I can hear myself. I don't want to hear that. There we go. All right, so the actual campaign itself. Let's read this out. The Secrets of Neirash. Respond to me. I don't know if you're live. Yeah, I'm live. Jeez. I was busy talking to people, yo. 1,000 years ago, a catastrophic event almost destroyed Neirash and its inhabitants. The history of the land is now lost to the ages. A guild known as the Golden Rose has been searching for answers in the darkness, beyond the safe haven for the last 500 years. They have become the beacon of hope that one day the people of Neirash can reclaim their history and no longer have to live in fear of what lies beyond the safe haven. As you can see here on the map, there's a red dotted line that goes around the whole area of Neirash. Anything inside that is part of the safe haven. Anything outside is generally unexplored or barely explored, and there's a lot of dangers outside of that border that the people are afraid of. This is a community that's been rebuilding for the last 1,000 years after a huge catastrophic event, as I spoke of. The year is now 1003 Past Catastrophe, and the Golden Rose has sent out an invitational event for potential candidates to be recruited. This group is particularly interested in said invitational event. The guild is every young boy's dream, but with knowledge comes fear, and only the brave dare to join the Golden Rose. Even so, these events are extremely popular. Some guild members are renowned for their riches and fame, so naturally, there are people that would like to achieve a status of their own by joining the Golden Rose. The religious folk believe that the darkness that almost destroyed everything on the planet, absolutely everything, still remains dormant and it's waiting to return. But most folks say that it's hard to believe and that the darkness is just a fairy tale. The group of friends this story follows grew up in the town of Riverkel, which is where we are right now, in the year 998 PC, which is Past Catastrophe. The group left the town seeking their own path to adventure, and 5 years have passed since they all saw each other last. So, with the Golden Rose event just around the corner, the group have decided to reunite to chase a lifelong dream. And they all decided to meet at their favourite inn in Riverkel, called the Twisted Melon, which is renowned for its cocktails and fruit punches that get you messed up. So everyone's at the table. There's plenty of people filling this bar. There's do you know what? I'll put some of this music on. There we go. We can have this music. It's copyright free. So everyone's sat at the inn. They're all enjoying their drinks, catching up on old times, and probably talking about what they've been up to the last 5 years. I don't know. So it's over to you guys. You've got your drinks at the table, and barkeep looks busy, and the rest of the tavern's pretty full as it always is.
So, how many days/hours are we actually out from the attempt to enter the guild?
Oh, that's the next day. So the invitational's tomorrow, and you've all met the day before the invitational. There's a group of halflings on the table opposite you, are all talking about it. In fact, you can hear one of them, and he's saying, "I'd like to join that guild, you know, but I think I'm a little bit too much of a farmer myself. Tough call for anyone who wants to join. It's probably dangerous beyond that zone." And then the other ones are all, Aye, I get you. I'd join myself, but nah, I see myself as more of a farmer as well.
There seems to be quite a many farmers around here.
Was that in character?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, sure.
One of the halflings looks over. "Why, you thinking of joining up, lass?"
Indeed, we all are.
Excuse me?
What do you think we're here for?
Well, you all look a little tough, you know. I mean, I thought you were just here to enjoy the punch.
Oh yeah, the punch is great.
He raises a glass and
Lift it up.
gets back to his rabble.
Addo strokes his beard thoughtfully, wondering what tomorrow's challenges will bring.
So you guys haven't seen each other for a long time, so I mean, it probably still feels like, you know, when you see your best friend, you haven't seen them for a year or 2 years, you see your best friend, it's like you've never spent 5 minutes apart. It's no different to when the last time you saw them. Everything just feels natural. Everything just feels like as it was 5 years ago. Obviously, things have changed within you and like the stories that you've come across over the last 5 years. So has
What do
anyone?
you want, big guy?
What did Dustin just say? Couldn't hear him.
Oh, he said, "What were you up to? What have you been up to, big guy?"
Oh, did he direct that at me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I attempted to get into the Knights of the Mithril Heart. They sent me to a man who trained me the past several years. We've been beyond the safe zone, actually.
Oh,
Interesting.
Be nice.
Unfortunately, he lost his life out there beyond the safe zone in a event that I really would rather not talk about.
that happens, I think.
Unfortunately, it's all too common beyond the safe zone.
Indeed.
What about the rest of you?
You know, the same old hating people.
being grumpy. One of the hobbits turns around and says, "You've been beyond the safe zone.
Indeed, I have.
What's it like out there?"
There are dangers aplenty. But it seems like there are people still trying to rebuild.
Well, I suppose that's good news. Any opportunities for gold?
There's opportunities for gold everywhere. But if you were going to go beyond the safe zone for gold, you probably would want to get into the gold rows for a support system.
You saying haven't got skills? Well, what skills have you got then? That I don't.
Tell me, farmer, can you wield a sword?
I can wield an axe. I can chop logs till the sun goes down.
And tell me, have you ever had to swing that axe at someone?
Well, no, but surely I wouldn't have to swing it at someone, but rather something.
Beyond those walls, there are just as many people who are opportunists and will strike at fellow people as there are monsters waiting to devour you.
Then I guess I should leave it to you. That sounds dangerous. Ah, I'm glad I'm not going. Let's not go to this invitational. So the hobbits sort of shuffle themselves around and move to the table along away from you again, feeling a little intimidated by the mere thought of the darkness that's beyond the borders.
Yeah, you should run. I mean, what?
Cowards.
It is fortunate that they chose not to engage. I would hate to think what would happen to a simple farmer beyond the wall.
Yeah. Sure.
There's drinks are running low, so if anyone's planning on staying here for the entire day, or whether you're just planning on getting some rest for the night before the invitational tomorrow, because this is the evening right now.
Oh, it's evening, so it's not night yet.
Yeah, it's the night before. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, I do love drinks.
Yeah,
You know the owner. You knew the owner quite well, so the owner's putting you up for the night as well. So you're not going to have to pay for accommodation tonight. They know why you're back, and they know why you're only here for the night. So they're fine to just put you up for the night for free. Especially the fact that you attempted to join the Golden Rose Guild Hall, which is the most renowned guilds in Neirash.
Now, you said we're in Riverkel, correct?
Yeah.
How far is that distance between Riverkel and the Golden Rose Guild Hall?
It's quite a journey, but it's actually 16. It's about 16 miles.
Oh.
It's quite a journey on foot, but it's not going to take you the whole day.
Okay.
There's actually carriages leaving from each of the towns to reach for the invitational anyway. So you'll be there quite quickly. By midday.
Okay. Well, friends, it's been fun catching up, but I'm going to go get some rest, for we'll probably have to leave fairly early in the morning if we're going to get there on time.
Yeah.
Ever the
we
bigger
can-
brother figure.
Let's like talk later.
I can barely hear you again. Is that Taika talking?
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm back.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
better.
sorry.
That is a lot more clear.
Yay, thank you.
So everyone's ready to hit the hay and get this journey on the way.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right, cool. We don't have to. Go on.
Stretching, my bad.
Yeah, we don't have to sort of like roleplay the entire night and evening and morning and things like that. So we can actually we can skip to the next day where everyone's loading up stuff onto the carriages. Is there anything noticeable about your characters that they'd be doing right now that is a bit out of the ordinary, or are they carrying things that you wouldn't normally see? Any kind of crazy weapons, armor?
Yeah,
Trinkets.
I have a strange bone fragment.
You have a what? Sorry.
A strange bone fragment.
Oh, a bone fragment. Is it fairly obvious on your character that they've and everyone else can see this?
Yes.
Is anyone going to ask about that?
I'm typing a message to you, Grave Hawk. Hold on.
Sure. Oh, is this the message in... I'll only be able to read messages in Roll20. Is it
I'm
a
putting
PM?
in- Hold on.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
whispering. Hold on.
Sure.
Sorry. I'll say you might want to answer that one in a whisper.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put it into code and say that it fell.
Okay. Alright, so Addo has nothing weird, but however, before they venture out, he takes his greatsword off of his back, plants it in the ground, like not forcefully, but like and kneels and seems to be in prayer.
Yeah, Ado being a paladin, wouldn't be that uncommon.
I can respect that.
So
Should I ask him what he's doing?
That's totally up to you. That's totally up to you guys.
Otto, are you okay?
oh yes, I am merely saying a prayer for a safe journey.
Cool.
I see. Well, I won't bother you then.
What
can
is
just-
that strange bone fragment you have?
Well, it's something I picked up in the past 5 years, actually, about 4 months ago. I found it in a ruin right outside the safe zone. I too have been outside the safe zone.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Given that it's fairly uncommon to actually go outside the safe zone without being in some kind of guild or party, these two have both been outside the safe zone for whatever reason in the past, which is quite a big deal in this day and age. So we have Ado and Feldraxian, who have both been outside the safe zone.
I smell a conspiracy.
Dun dun dun.
Super conspiracy.
I can imagine Thraga and Haliaga, or Holly, both sort of impatiently waiting for the convoy to leave. Like, come on, hurry up, get to it, will you?
Yeah.
Ado finishes his prayer, places his greatsword back on his back, and then hops in the carriage.
Hey, Mars Queen, welcome to the stream.
Yay, more people.
Yeah, we've got at the moment we have quite a few people in. Actually, we've got 3-4 people in, as far as I can tell.
Because I know Dustin's watching on the Sang channel.
Yeah. Oh, we got 9. We got 9 people watching right now. So thank you very much for being part of the Hawk Nest right now, and part of the Sang group as we're playing D&D together.
Why
So
does the Sang channel say that it's offline?
Does it? Have you refreshed it? Because for me, it's still live.
All right, hold on, let me check the actual website because I'm looking through the app, so it might not be shown correctly. No, on the website for me, it's showing that it's offline. I mean,
really?
when I click on it, it does show that it's showing your channel, but
Oh yeah, Sang will be offline, but it'll actually say it'll host my channel. So.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as Dustin can see, because I know he was excited to watch. Oh, it is online. He's watching. I just checked the Discord chat.
Cool.
Oh yeah, he just said something.
Anyways.
Cool.
So there's a little bit of backstory to some of the characters just before we leave. Early on in the game, the carriages they're going to be a little longer because they're waiting for a few more people to fill up before they leave, before they make the journey. The sun's still low in the sky, and you look out to the buildings across, and you can see like in the gutters of the buildings across, you can see the hobbit from yesterday that was drinking quite heavily next to you and talking to you is just waking up in the gutter in his pile of his own drool.
Oh.
He's had a heavy night.
Oh, so it's the same hobbit from last night.
Yeah, it's the same hobbit from last night. The one who was like saying,
yeah.
"I'm a farmer. I could go outside the safe zone. No, I can't." That guy.
Yeah. Really?
Sure.
Seems like
Looks
he'd have
like that and all.
difficulty if he can't even stand up.
Ado just shakes his head in surprise that someone who got drunk that easily was considering taking the trials.
you see him as he stands up. His trousers are kind of half hanging off his backside, and he pulls them up.
Oh no. Ew.
Wipes his nose on his sleeve and hobbles off and down an alleyway really quickly because he knows everybody's looking. So he just runs off with a bit of shame.
Yeah, he better run.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, you better run.
You better run. I mean,
You see someone you've not seen around before. This but he's more noticeable than anybody else. He stands out like a sore thumb. In fact, in this place, he's the only one wearing armor and carrying weapons, climbing aboard the convoys. He's climbing on top of one of the carriages ahead of you. He's got long dark hair. He's a human, and he's got really fancy plate armor, and he's got a sword and a shield over his back. And he's carrying this large bag.
He should steal his stuff.
No.
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 Do I hear them talk? Do I hear her whispering about stealing stuff?
I said no. No.
No.
I would
Um,
never.
I mean, how loud are these guys talking?
Mm,
Were they whispering or are they? I mean, you can roll up if you want to. If you're trying to listen because you know what they're like, you can be trying to listen and you can roll. You can. Let me just get the. I need to get rid of the
I'm assuming it's gonna be a
message.
perception check.
I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of something.
Hell?
I need to get rid of
What
that
are you doing?
because I need to get rid of a message.
Oh.
So because it'll come up on the screen now.
Yeah, okay.
Spoilers.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's probably better if you PM me any secret stuff in Discord, and I'll check it as a PM that way, because then it doesn't come up on the screen. So when I change the screen now, you'll be able to see a load of M's. Why everyone was asking me like, "What the hell are you doing?" It's because I did. Whoa, that's wrong.
Because I kind of sent Grave a secret message regarding a secret thing.
Yeah, so you should be able to see like any rolls now. So if you want to roll a perception check, the dice should come up on the right hand side here.
Well, that's not very good.
A 7. No, you you don't hear what they. Oh, that's just a little bit off. Let me just fix that.
So that's
So does
awesome.
Otto know these people?
That was Taika and Hannah that were whispering about stealing stuff.
Oh, they like stealing stuff. I forgot.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
don't. She does.
They enjoy it.
Okay, which of the characters was it that actually liked stealing?
guess that's
I think it was Haliaga.
Holly steals.
Holly, yeah, or Haliaga.
Ollie's a thief. Okay,
yeah.
I definitely
happens
did
if
not
I
hear
try
that.
to-
No, only a 7.
Let's see. I'm just gonna try and get this.
Because that's only a 2.
Oh, the actual dice roll itself. Yeah.
Yeah, the actual die came up a 2. Thank God it wasn't a 1.
Right. Should be able
Did
to
you
see.
do critical failures, Grave?
Do I what? Sorry, critical fails.
You critical fails, yeah.
Not on skill checks generally, but on attacks sometimes. It just depends on how, on the situation, on the battle really.
Okay.
So
So-
sometimes.
Can I just ask one thing about the dice rolls?
Sure.
The when we do it, does it automatically add the modifier,
Yes.
or so we don't have to?
If
calculate
you
the
click on the
dice?
name of the skill, it'll roll it for you, including all relevant modifiers.
Yeah. That's the character sheet set up that way, so it's a lot easier when you're using Roll20 and you've got your character sheet open. It's a lot easier to just click a skill and it'll just work out everything for you.
Yeah.
I mean, pen and paper's great, but you do have to do a little bit of maths with your modifiers and stuff. But this is why a lot of people prefer Roll20. So basically, any
Yeah, I
skills that
never
you've
used
got,
it before, so-
it'll roll the relevant dice or the die, and then add any relevant modifiers. And then it just comes up. So if I'm going to hover over the perception, if I can right click that, maybe I can inspect it. No, I don't think you can. Oh, there you go.
If you hover over the 7, it'll show you everything relevant.
Yeah, so that, if you're hovering over the 7, it says rolling d20 plus 2, which means you're proficient in the skill. And it's a plus 1 for wisdom, which is 4 plus 2 plus 1.
Oh, it was a 4. My bad.
Yeah.
What?
So you rolled a 4 plus the 2 plus the 1, yeah.
Oh, that's right. The persuasion thing includes a. Oh, it wasn't rolling persuasion. I was rolling perception. Okay. I was looking at my persuasion modifier, not perception modifier.
Ah,
My
yeah, yeah.
persuasion's plus 5.
See that.
Grave, should I try to listen too?
Should you have what? You can try. You can try and listen, see if you hear what they're. I mean, they didn't say they were going to anyway. It's not hugely important. But if you want to roll for perception, just to see if you notice it, because you could comment on it if you noticed. Excuse me.
I'm feeling the chaotic
Should I do the
alignment.
roll
of this
just
party.
with you, or
Sorry, what was that? Do you
should I
say?
try?
Yeah, you might as well roll it.
Is it a D20?
You should just be able to click your perception skill on your character sheet, and it'll come up in the sidebar.
Anticipation is real.
Was that just Feldraxian wants to do that, right?
Yeah, because Addo already did.
So on your character sheet, if you scroll, if you go to the main page, you've got your list of skills. You should just be able to click on perception, which is, I think it's like 7 or 8 up from the bottom on the skills list. And it's a
Yeah,
plus 2.
My thing's running a little slow.
Oh.
But you guys have decided you're not going to be stealing anything or attempting to steal from this guy, right?
I'm not
Hey, evil
responsible
assassin.
of what she's gonna do.
No, I'm just thinking out loud.
Oh shit!
Oh,
He might have some fancy stuff.
You clicked the wrong button.
Oh
Persuasion.
yeah, that's perception.
no, but you could like
Oh.
persuade us to tell you what we're talking about.
So you
Yeah,
rolled a
this is
12. Your skill, I'm going to use the roll. So you rolled a 12. Whoa, you rolled a 12 twice. Are you kidding me? That's cool. That helps. That makes it easier to work out. So basically, yeah, you get a 14, which is, because they're in close proximity, you can get the gist of what they're saying. You can't quite work it out, but you hear the no, even because the no is a louder whisper. So you hear, it's like, no. That's what you hear.
Are you two planning something?
No.
No.
Then you definitely hit 2
Never.
no's. Why would we?
Yeah.
Addo decides to keep a
Stay
watch
out of
on
trouble,
him throughout
you
this
two.
ride.
I didn't hear you. What did you just say?
It's-
Stay out of trouble, you two.
I didn't hear that either.
the human with the fancy armor that got on the carriage in front of you, he looks around at you and he gives you a smirk.
I hate him.
It's
Like
a
he-
bit of his face.
Bastard.
Like it's a sort of derogatory look that he gives you, and he shakes his head. He shakes his head at you as if, you know, what the hell are you doing coming this way? And then just sits straight and looks forward.
Feldraxian
And
doesn't
I
take very
say-
kindly to that.
To my friends that I hate him.
Now, did he look that way at the entire group or just specific members of the group?
You can't really tell from the distance. You kind of just looked in your general direction, smirked. I think. Do you want to roll me an insight check? You could further maybe discover what he might have meant by the look. You just another wow.
Can I try?
Yeah, sure.
How does this work?
At
Just
least I'm getting all my bad rolls out early.
yeah, exactly. You save the good ones till combat. So you just on the sheet, you should just be able to click the skill insight.
Oh yeah, now again. Inside.
Wow.
Oh!
See, Taika's character Tharaga, she reads into this a little more deeply than the others. She can see that this guy, he must, from that look, she thinks this guy must know something about us. For him to look at us that way, so studiously, and then smirk and shake his head. You think he knows something, and he's looking at you as if like you know nothing.
Okay. Then I say that guy knows something. And I don't like it.
If anyone in the chat also wants to apply input to this story as it goes along. You guys can suggest things for the NPCs to do. You can also suggest maybe what you want to happen in the future story. So don't feel like you have to be quiet in the chat. I am kind of trying to read.
Can we ask him what his problem is?
Sure. You'd have to shout, so it might be kind of rude.
I'll avoid that then.
Unless you want to walk over to him.
Sure,
Yeah,
I'll
sure,
go
I
as
walk
long
over
as
to him.
Otto will go with me.
so everyone like sort of gets off this carriage that they were waiting on. And starts. Is it all of you that want to go over to this guy?
Addo takes a look at the group, suggesting that they get off, and immediately says, "I don't think we should go over there and start a fight."
He doesn't like it. I don't like him.
want to
So
talk to him.
Holly just is going to follow Teraka.
yay.
Addo's gonna place his face firmly in his palm and sit in the carriage and not watch this.
He's gonna. So Ardo's sitting back for this.
Otto is not getting involved with this because that guy looks a little bit tougher than your usual customer.
Yeah, he does. He does. So
I'll just know that he was rude to us for later.
so who's gonna head? Who's heading over? Is it just Holly and Tharaga?
I think all three of them are going.
Oh, and Fel Draxian as well.
I'll go, yeah.
All right.
Yay.
So you three drop down off the carriage with Ardo face palming, like not again.
Thanks, Dad.
And then as you approach, the guy with the fancy armor, he turns his head and he notices you approaching. So he stands up on the carriage. He just stands up out of his seat and looks down at you. He doesn't get off the carriage.
Hey, dude. Nice hair.
I expected more confrontation than that. And what is it that you want from me?
I want to know what your deal is.
My deal is the
Yeah.
same as you. I'm going to the Golden Rose to find my fortunes.
Oh.
You, however, will not pass the trials,
Oh, yeah? And why's that?
because I will outshine all of you. There are only a certain amount of places in the guild, you know.
Am
Uh-huh.
I hearing all this?
Yeah.
Don't punch him yet.
Yeah,
Save it for later, please.
fine.
Is that some sort of a challenge?
Oh, I don't see there going to be a challenge from the four of you. But if you want to see it that way, then so be it.
Gee, thanks. Thanks a lot. Okay, so
I
he
guess
doesn't
we'll
like
see
it.
you in the trial then.
Yes, I guess you shall. He looks down his nose at you and turns to sit back down again.
I'm
Excuse
going
me?
to talk to Holly and Taraga and ask them what they think of this guy
I think
after we're out of earshot.
Yeah, so you head back to the carriage. I think Ardo's probably looking at you like, and what have you done?
So did you all manage to start a fight this time?
No, we just wanted to talk to him.
No.
I'm just planning for
I don't like
robbing
him, though.
ass.
Yeah. She's gonna rob him
What a pompous
Yes.
ass.
Okay.
later.
Yeah, he's not a likable guy, right?
Yeah! He's a rich kid.
He does sound like it.
He does
He
sound
seems
like
full
it,
of
so he
himself.
must have stuff worth something. So I'm gonna just watch her do it.
He's annoying, he deserves it.
Wait, is there stealing going on now?
No,
No.
not yet, not yet. Later.
Later. But there will
Later.
no, but there will be later.
Yeah, not right now, but maybe in the near future.
There's always one. I'm just gonna
I'll
go
give you
steal
my
from the
blessing.
guy with the big scary armor.
Yeah.
So the carriages, or the leader of the convoy. We're moving out, everybody! Everyone, saddle up! And then, so if you guys are all ready to go, the carriages, they all start moving in unison, heading towards the Golden Rose Guild Hall.
Okay,
Dun,
I'm
dun,
just
dun, dun.
staring at the checkers.
Yeah, you're just staring ahead at the back of this guy's skull, like burning daggers through the back of his head
Yeah, sure.
the entire time.
I just hit his head in the direction.
I'm just checking out his armor and thinking if I could steal it.
While he's wearing it.
Yeah, I'm sure she can cheat it off him somehow. He won't notice a thing. I mean, what?
Yeah, so the journey to the guild hall goes fairly uninterrupted. You see a few people on the roads as you're traveling, sort of cheering the wagons on. Like everyone in Neirash loves the Golden Rose Guild. So these carriages have got the banners flying on them, so everyone knows where they're headed. All the people on the carriages are generally heading for this invitational. So you get a few people like kind of looking up to you, some kids like going, look, they're going to the Golden Rose, and like pointing and clapping and shouting and things and praising you. So
They're like the Cervicorp from Attack on Titan.
I hate them all.
yeah, bit like that. When the Survey Corps come back and there's everyone's cheering them on.
Yay!
Yeah, just like
She
that.
hates them already.
Yeah.
Yay!
I don't like kids.
I think you did.
I don't like kids. Oh, that's great. But yeah, apart from that, the journey is quite uninterrupted. So you make it to the gates of the Golden Rose Guild Hall by midday on time, and
I won't
it's
get the checkers out of my sight.
if you haven't seen this place before, it's probably one of the most well decorated and fancy buildings you've ever seen in your life. It is the richest guild and the
Wow.
most prominent. So everything about this place
I
is
sense some stealing coming.
think the most fancy palace stroke castle with banners and flags and shining guards. The guards that are around the guild hall like they've got really highly polished armor with huge spears and shields that are almost the length of the guards themselves. There's really tall shields with intricate detailing in, and the rose etched into all the weapons and armor.
You know, I'm hearing this, and all I can think is, Grave, you better get your encumbrance rules ready.
You better get what?
The encumbrance rules ready, because I feel the thief thinking about stealing everything.
Yeah. Hey Troy, welcome to the stream, bro.
Wow, now I know where they got the name. Surprise.
Yeah.
Because of all the
The
gold.
roses around here.
Yeah, there's a lot of expensive things around.
Yeah.
Here
Holiaka
we
doesn't
go.
really think about stealing it because she knows she doesn't want to anger the guild. So she's just drooling,
Yeah.
trying to restrain herself.
It's more just staring open mouth at all the opportunities. Why does this have to be a place I want to work at?
You can do it. You can do it, my friend. I believe in.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, so all the carriages stop, and the the guy that you've probably been burning the back of the skull out of with your gaze.
Yeah, I hate him.
He stands up, and two people. His name's Dingbat to you. Two people run up and take some of the bags off the back of his carriage. You notice he's had his own carriage the entire way as well. And then, not until his things have been taken, that's when he steps down off the carriage and walks towards the entrance.
Fuck that guy.
Addo gets down off the carriage
What?
and calls out, "Stranger!" to the man as he gets off his carriage.
You shouting at this guy?
Yes.
He turns, like, kind of looks over his shoulder at you.
Addo approaches him. "Tell me, if you are going to be in the trials and thus be our rivals, I would know your name if you would permit me."
Rivals? Is that what you think I am? Interesting. I already know your name. Perhaps you will find my name during the trials. Another challenge for you, perhaps. He laughs, like, pompously and just walks off back towards the guild.
I'm just staring at him still. All like, fuck, I hate that guy. I hate that guy so much.
Well,
How does Addo
So
react to
much!
that?
Addo does not appreciate the obvious disrespect when he was respectful. So his eyes narrow a little bit at him, but then he returns to the rest of the group.
Yeah, he's a little bit passive with things like that. Yeah, he doesn't like it, but he's passive. He doesn't want to start shit here.
He's dead.
Being
Don't worry, we'll start
being the
the
paladin
trials.
that
No
he
one
is.
else. If we beat no one else in the trials, we must beat them.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, I'm glad we're thinking the same thing.
I
Glad we
concur.
agree.
Yeah. So basically,
By your friends.
this entire group is now fueled by hatred of this character that we don't know his name because he's so rude. This whole team. Yeah, there you go. That's his name. This whole team is now fueled to just beat this one person. They're now more focused on beating this one person than they are to actually join the guild. That's how much they hate him.
Oh, no.
Hey Zane, welcome. What is this? This is Dungeons and Dragons. So it's basically a story based roleplay game in which you roll dice and decide outcomes of decisions.
Hobbit or something. That's glorious.
What was that? Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, someone's thinking about watching The Hobbit in 3D.
Oh.
It must be because of the Hobbit in the gutter.
See, this kind of lines up with what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, sure. If you look closely enough, I'm there.
Yeah, but I mean, they're stealing stuff. So,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, sure.
So, are we aware of where we're supposed to go for the trial?
Yeah, you can see the gates and the paths are pretty obvious here. So you guys can see a clear path, and there's a few people as well from River Kell who are all heading in the same direction to the trials. You see a lot of other carriages as well pulling up, and some that have already been there a while. You can see they've already been unloaded. So a lot of other places have already arrived as well. And everyone seems to be running on time. And all congregating around the main hall. The hall, all the doors and gates are wide open. There's guards everywhere, but inside the hall, in fact, from outside the hall, you get this strong whiff of really like succulent, tasty, rich foods coming from the hall. And you can smell cooking meat as well.
Ew. I'm a vegan.
Like,
Brutal.
in character or IRL?
I think my character, not me.
Well, that'll be interesting. That could get interesting later, in fact. So yeah, everyone's just following the crowd. Are you guys going to fall in line and
Yeah, sure.
follow
Yeah.
into the hall?
Pretty much.
All right, so as you guys enter this hallway, either side you can see tables stacked with all kind of different breads, meats, foods, fruit. You can see a lot of people sort of just helping themselves to a few things. No one particularly going completely mad on the food. Everyone's being rather polite. But the guy, if you're watching him, the guy that with the fancy armor, he doesn't touch the food at all.
Oh,
Rich fuck.
fuck that guy.
So
He thinks he's so much better than us. I'm gonna kick his ass.
this
Nah, I'm
feast
gonna
is
let
pretty
you
much
guys do
for
it.
all of the initiates, correct?
Yeah, anyone who's basically, yeah. You see one of the guards, in fact, as you pass, he says, "Please help yourself to the food, but no lollygagging."
Skyrim reference.
Did he take an arrow to the knee by any chance?
No, I did not.
That wasn't asked in character. But anyways, Addo will take find a spot where there's like, enough room for the entire group and take a seat.
Ah, cool.
And he's gonna get a modest meal, say a prayer over it, and start eating.
All right. One of all the guards here, they all look so much alike with their helmets. You can hardly see any of their faces. You can basically just see their chins. So it's even very difficult to tell what race they are. But two of the guards step forward at the back of the guild hall, where you can see some stairs that lead up to like this sort of balcony thing. There's two guards on top of the balcony and an open archway. And then there's two guards at the bottom of the stairs. One of the guards at the balcony says, "If I can have your attention, everybody." And then you can see you see a character walk out between the archers, just dressed in robes and some fancy jewelry. This guy's actually some kind of elf. You can see from where you are right now that you can tell straight away he's an elf, but it's difficult to see any defining features from where you are, apart from his blonde hair and his pale skin and his knife ears.
That's racist.
That is racist, yeah. See ya, Kirsty. Thanks for popping in.
So, well, Addo just pays attention to the elf upon the balcony.
Yeah.
Holly pays more attention to his jewelry than the elf itself.
Yeah. So the elf puts his hands on the banisters of this balcony, and he says, "Welcome, everybody, to the Golden Rose Guild Hall. I hope you are enjoying the food and drink we have provided for you. But today marks an extraordinary day for all of you. You will have the chance to join our ranks as a guild member. But only the chosen few will pass the trials. I see a lot of strong and willing faces in the guild hall. But when you are done here, celebrating your entrance and refreshing yourselves after such hard journeys, please pass through the gate below here, and you will see the trial before you." And he smiles, he offers a polite bow, and walks back through the entrance that he came through, and just disappears. And everybody gives a bit of a clap and a cheer and a whistle, and gets back to eating and drinking.
That
Said
guy
when
is
we're
the-
finished to head through that the archway.
Yeah.
Well, Addo is going to stand up as he has finished eating and head towards the archway, and he's going to wait outside the arch for his friends.
Cool.
I'm going to get up and follow Otto.
Yeah. Holly takes one last last fruit from the piles and follows them.
Yeah, I'm just not
I'm
hungry.
gonna stuff some a little bit of snacks in my pocket though.
Yeah, you taking some of the food?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some of the food to go.
Yeah, Troy. The reason I like Dungeons and Dragons so much is the fluidity of it and the creativity. I like this thing because it's you're basically creating your own story rather than just watching someone else's. I love a good story. I like the Last of Us story, and I'd watch it as a TV show. But playing it as a game, as a video game, I like more action in video games. However, board games, as games like this, I love the story of it. So that's what it's about. Yeah. So everyone else has sort of caught on to your what's the word?
Eagerness?
Your enthusiastic nature of and eagerness to get through the gate the first. So people just automatically stop eating. You see a few people copy you guys and stuff some bread in their pocket or some dried meats and think, "Oh, I'm not letting this go to waste." And try and queue up behind you because they're all eager to get going on this trial, and no one knows what to expect. No one's ever done it before.
I'm looking at the dickhead.
Yeah, he's waiting a few people behind in the queue.
Yeah. I like his hair.
So
I was in a great mood, and then I met him.
So as soon as the other three are there, Addo heads through the archway.
All right. Yeah, the archway is open. Everyone starts heading through. Follows Addo. Addo's the first one through.
Show
And
off.
as you get through there, you can see this these like open. Imagine it's the courtyard. It's like an open garden area, and you're surrounded by the entire palace. There's a lot of sunlight coming through. There's statues of knights and people that you may have recognized from books you've read. It depends on if you've read any. The elf that you saw on the top is now standing at the end of the courtyard. He's slightly elevated, but he's basically just on some steps at the back of the courtyard.
Addo walks towards the steps, but stops about like halfway between where the entrance on the steps.
Yeah, sure. Everyone sort of falls in. Surprisingly, everyone sort of falls in line behind you. No one overtakes you because you've led everyone through, and it seems like everyone's nature is just to follow you now because you've taken that first step. So nobody passes your where you've stopped, basically, except the dickhead who walks right past you and stands and stands beside the elf and looks out at the crowd.
What the hell?
The elf that speaks, he says, "Welcome. My name is Felduin. This is my courtyard. I am the leader of the guild, and today marks the celebration of some of your entrance to the Golden Rose Guildhall. Now, the challenge I set before you is not one of combat, but one of wit." He steps down from his steps and walks towards Ardo.
Mm-hmm.
He looks you in the eyes and says, "You have the heart of a leader." And he looks at the rest of the crowd and he says, "What do the rest of you have to offer?" Everyone's sort of like in the crowd. They don't know what to say. They're all just stood and they look at each other like for answers. Like, what is this? Why are we just stood here? I thought there was going to be monsters to fight or something.
So Addo looks at Felduin and says, "I cannot speak for anyone else here, but the three behind me are what give me the strength to lead."
Aww.
The guy that wouldn't give you his name, he looks over and he says, This is true, although they are a little troublesome. The elf, Elduin, he looks back and gives him a nod.
Troublesome, yes. Skilled, also.
Oh, this is
That's true.
something we already know. We have seen your valiant efforts outside of the safe zone. The elf looks at Ado and also looks at Feldraxian.
Oh, that's not good.
Wait, was it the elf speaking, or was it the armored dude who was speaking?
That
when
was
he
the
said
that was the elf. Was the elf speaking when what? Sorry.
when he said something about being troublesome.
Oh, it was the dickhead guy.
Okay.
But the elf said, "We know about your expeditions beyond the safe zone," and looks at Feldraxian and Ado. But alas, this is not about you. This is about everyone here. So he walks back to his step, and you see guards coming out of the entrances at the back of the courtyard, and one of them is carrying like a stack of parchments, and he starts handing them out to everybody in the crowd.
Does that include us?
Yeah,
Is there anything written on the parchment?
yeah. It's tied up into a scroll, so you'd have to open it and read. But yeah, he's handing these out. It's only a small, tightly bound scroll, so.
I look at Ado looks at Felduin. Are we to open these and read them?
One of the guards said, "Are you an idiot?"
Yes, sir.
Ado opens and reads. You never know; it could be trapped.
It could be. It did say it was going to be about wit. So the parchment, everyone who's reading it, the parchment says, "Welcome again to the Golden Rose Guildhall," and in basics, it says you need to meet on the edge of the safe zone, and the first ones there will have the advantage, basically, of the next test.
Does it say where specifically on the edge?
Yeah, it says to head to the northwestern border where the Razok Mountains are. If you can see, the Razok Mountains are just above me on this map.
Oh, you're talking to your.
Yeah, and oh, wow, it's all backwards on this one. Over there, you can see the Golden Rose Guildhall. They've got a fair distance to travel. They've got to go back past Riverkel to the mountains. You see one of the groups at the back. One of the groups at the back instantly break into a sprint back to the carriages as they open and find these scrolls. And
Is there anything else on the scrolls at all? Or is it literally just meet at this location?
Meet at the location. There's a slight bit of a map, to guide you there, so you know exactly where to meet. It says meet at the broken ruins. So you there's a drawing of it, so you'll be able to recognize what point you need to meet at.
Can we use the map to find a faster route?
Yeah, I mean, you can use a survival roll to figure out fastest routes. You can all do that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna head out now? Am I a Legend of Zelda fan? I like it, but I've never played it.
Survival.
Is
Yeah.
Felduin still near me?
Is who?
Felduin, the
Felduin? He's headed up back to the top of the steps. But he's nearish. Neirash. Haha.
this. And because Addo is thinking about asking Felwine, the man standing next. You know what? Screw it. But,
Well-
he walks up to the base of the steps,
Yeah.
and he looks to Felwine.
Felduin basically just returns the gesture and awaits his speech.
This man next to you, I'm assuming he's already a guild member, isn't he?
Observant of you. Yes, he is. He has been watching the people from Riverkel, finding as much information as he possibly can. So we already have a good idea of who's applying here.
Oh shit. Still wanna kick his ass.
It makes sense, does it not?
Indeed, it does.
No wonder he looks like a rich kid.
I guess this means I'm not going to rob his shit.
They don't need to know.
I mean, you could still do it. I would not advise it.
The guy, the dickhead guy. We're going to keep calling him the dickhead guy until we get his name. But this human character with the fancy armor, he looks over and he says, "See, I told you would not best me. Although I did lie about partaking in this particular event."
So are you any better than us? Since you were lying.
I am the spy master here.
That makes sense.
Addo is thinking that this is no simple race, but he's gonna take a look at the map and see if he bows respectfully to the men. Well, thank you for answering my questions honestly.
Good
For
luck
once.
to you.
And then Addo is gonna take a look at the map and see if he can find Quick Run.
Alright, so Thuraga rolled an 11 for survival, which is kind of an average roll. Ardo gets a 14.
Too bad we can't use Thuraga's insight roll for that.
I'm going to roll d20. I get a 2. Anyone else going to roll for survival? See if they can find the best path.
Done so is Feldraxian. Damn.
Yeah, I am
18.
But I got wife, so
I mean, everyone can roll it. It doesn't matter if they're skilled in it or anything.
Everyone already did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, 5. I missed that one. It's right there, Gravehawk. It's right there. Eyes of the Hawk missed that. So we got 5, 11, 14, and 18. Well, Feldraxian seems to have found the best route. But the thing is, to take this route, you're gonna need horses. As you're thinking that, by the way, the rest of the occupants of the guild hall, they're all rushing out of the entrances from whence she came. You see a few grab a few bits more of the food off the tables before they leave as well for the journey.
Trendsetter.
Yeah,
no.
but aside from that, everyone's scurrying out,
Indeed.
and everybody runs past the convoy and just goes. Everyone's just thinking, we need to get there.
There's
So-
stables in this town, correct?
So can we?
Can we like borrow their horses?
Borrow, like as in steal. What you mean?
If that's what it
Why don't we
takes,
just
then-
ask the carriage people for passage?
Yeah, is that dickhead guy still here?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yes.
Can we use your horses?
Of course you can. But since you are the only one who asked,
Sold it.
just bring them back
Thank-
alive.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Thank
Of
you.
course.
I think I like you a little bit.
I don't.
I don't.
Okay, I start walking.
All right.
The
Which
horses.
way are the
Leave it
stables?
here.
Are you asking that of Elduin?
I'm asking that of either the guildmaster or the spy master.
Elduin answers and he says, the stables are behind the guild hall, so if you go out the front and go round to the back, you will see the stables. Alas, I cannot let you through the guild hall from this side. There are many secrets here I wish to keep a secret.
Very well. Come on, guys. Let's get
Fair
to the
enough.
stables.
I'm
Let's go.
halfway there already.
Yeah, so everyone's legging it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to take a few apples.
Yeah,
I'm probably
so
a little bit lagging behind due to the fact that I'm the only one wearing heavy armor.
yeah, you'll be fine. You got the same movement speed. Similar. Anyway, you guys all make it to the stables, and there's already a guy there preparing horses with saddles and packs and stuff like that. And this guy just looks like a general. You know, he's just in cloth rags, you know, and just chilling out with the horses. He's a human.
Can I ask the stable guy to prepare us some horses?
Yes, there are already some horses prepared for you. I was expecting more than just 4. Normally, the last time we had any events like this, at least 16 horses were prepared. I've already readied 8.
The others did not seem to think of borrowing horses from the guild and have already ran off.
Yes, I think at least half of the group last time did that. Anyway,
You said that these horses are ready to go.
yes, you take which you please. You can see with some most the ones that are ready to go are saddled up and they're tied to posts, whereas the ones that aren't, they're still in the stables.
Can I
Is
thank
there a
the
way to
stable?
tell which of them is the best horses?
Oh yeah, all our horses are trained to a military level, so there's not much difference, to be honest, apart from appearance.
I want the cutest horse.
I want the black horse.
There's a black horse. You can pick your horse. There's whatever color. If you can imagine a horse, it's yours. You just can't have a unicorn.
But I want a unicorn. Oh wait, I'm never.
Can I have a Pegasus?
Stick an ice cream cone on its head.
That's good.
I want the great
I want a
horse.
trained giant bat. No, I'm kidding.
Trained giant bat.
That's
That we don't have, I'm afraid.
That was definitely not.
That was definitely not in character now. Yes, so these horses, they're ready to go.
All right. Addo grabs one. Saddles up on one of the horses.
When you do, can you just roll me?
Ride.
No, there is a check. Excuse me. For animal handling. Yeah, it's the second one down on the skills list. Nice.
Oh, of course I get 19 on that.
Nice. These high rolls, good. Wow.
Well, I have like +5 on it, so
I have +1.
Okay, so this works really well. So the half elf, the elf, and the human all managed to get on to these horses pretty well, whereas we have Feldraxian, who is a tiefling, which is kind of a demon-looking character. So blue skin, horns. Have you got a tail?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Feldraxian's got a tail as well. At first, the horse is a little startled by Feldraxian, like, what the hell are you? Why are you touching me? It's and, like, tries to sort of edge away a little bit. But Feldraxian manages to calm the horse and mount. But it's still a little bit edgy when you're riding it. So you're all saddled up and ready to go.
All right, let's take off with great haste.
let's go. Can I just say that there are guys very happy right now? She likes horses.
All right.
Oh, Silva, away!
Away. I like it.
To infinity and beyond!
I like that too. All right. So
It's time to make our fortune, guys.
yeah, you navigate this map really well, since the high roll of the direction you needed, and you needed the horses to take this direction at speed. In fact, as you're leaving, you see a few of the other people sort of struggling to get all their stuff together and packs on, and they notice you on these horses, and they look at you like, "Oh my! Why didn't we think of that?" And you see you see this half orc with this group, and he goes, "Ah, stupid human!" and punches this other guy in the face. "Where's our horses, huh? Where's our horses?" As you ride past him.
Bye!
Yeah, we're just gonna keep riding.
Yeah. So the ride itself, since it's all in the safe haven, there's never anything to worry about here. The borders are patrolled. Nothing really ever gets through, and if it does, it's normally near the edges, and it doesn't really break through to the towns. So the journey to the mountains is absolutely clear. However, when you reach the mountains, it's now becoming dark. The sun is setting. The journey, even though the horses made it nicely, they're trained horses, so they were able to keep up the pace the entire way. And it appears you're the first here. As you reach the mountains, there is no one else been in sight. If you roll me can you all roll me a perception check? You're gonna head off, gonna play some Minecraft. Oh, enjoy.
Absolutely, I can roll you a perception check. Now watch, I'm gonna be terrible on this one. What the? Did I just roll? Didn't I roll a 9 earlier on this?
You keep getting a 9 on perception, yeah. 9. That do you know what that means in German?
9.
9, no. So you don't notice anything. Yeah, Holly and everyone else. You can see in the distance there are. I mean, we're talking like in the far distance. It's a clear evening. There's no haze or anything, so across the plains you can see that there are other horses approaching, but they're at least half an hour behind you.
Suckers.
There's a lot of them. Obviously, it's like some of the group have managed to get their own horses. But it was your idea. They just caught on late.
It's a good thing we stopped and thought about it for a while.
Yeah. Sometimes rushing's the worst way to go. That was good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're at the base of the mountain now, so you're not far from the ruin. As according to the map, you can't take the horses through the mountain path. It's too narrow. So you have to dismount here and walk the rest of the way.
Is anybody going to
Do
steal
we
our
just
horses?
leave the horses there, or is there something like bolts or something we can tie them to? Or...
I mean, there's the occasional tree. There's the occasional tree here. It's not completely bare. There's rocks, trees.
So, tie him up.
Can I attempt to thank my horse?
Yeah.
Should I roll animal handling?
If you're trying to bond with your horse, yeah, roll animal handling.
Because I know it doesn't like me, so.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, so Feldraxian's still not quite bonded with the horse, but now attempting to make up for that.
Did the roll go through?
No, I didn't see it come through.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Who's winning? This group are ahead of everybody else.
Oh. Now I see it.
Oh, animal handling 16. Okay, that's good. So yeah, since the long ride, Feldraxian, the tiefling, is looking a little bit more comfortable with the horse, and the horse pushes his nose into the chest of Feldraxian.
Can I go over to Feldraxian and place my hand on his shoulder and say, I am proud of you.
Yeah.
Will I do that? I knew you could do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do any of you have any torches?
Yeah. I have 10 of them.
Because for some reason my character did not have torches added.
You'll
And,
only need one.
I have a hooded
Night out.
lantern.
It's kind of night out, and
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't have dark vision.
Yeah, the sun is setting. It's still light. Obviously, you're gonna have
Okay.
a bit of. You've got probably about an hour or two of light left.
You can rely on us, brother.
Let's head
Yes.
into the ruins.
All
Let's
right.
go.
So you guys all start walking, running, jogging towards the ruins.
Yeah,
Pick up the
nice
pick up
little
the pace.
you know.
Little sort of pacing, fast walking
Right.
towards these ruins.
Pacing, trying to keep ahead of the groups behind us, but not trying to overexert ourselves so we don't kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So these paths. I mean, they're easy to get along on foot, but they're not too treacherous if you're on foot. It's just if you had brought a horse through here, it would have been a bit too much. So as you guys come around the other side of the mountain, so the mountain's above me now on the map, you can see there's some marks just there somewhere, like little squiggles in between two of the mountains. They're the ruins, so they are outside of the safe zone.
Grave, if you click with your mouse and hold on the screen, it'll actually yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You can
Is that
mark
what
it.
that's shown on your screen?
Oh, that's not that map's not live.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That map's static.
Gotcha.
It was only because when I'm changing pages and stuff, I didn't want it to
That makes sense.
yeah,
That
show
makes
up.
Okay.
It's actually quite tough to get a decent layout for this. I might change it up a bit for next time. Try and add a few more features. But yeah, so you guys can see the ruins now as you're coming across the path. But you are totally aware that you're outside the safe zone because on each path you can see a marker, and these markers are every sort of 100 feet, or on primary paths. If you go off the beaten path, you probably won't see one, but if you take any pathways, you'll see them. And you can see the safe zone marker. It's just a post that's been painted. The tip's been painted red.
Okay.
Cool.
Addo is gonna draw his greatsword and keep it at the ready.
Yeah, Holly is going to do the same with her short bow.
Phil is going to take out his bone fragment.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, what's the deal with that bone?
I'm gonna have to message you. This is just something in secret. I'm just gonna message some secrets out. I can't even tell the chat this, but this is something that needs to be done.
Wait, did you say you're gonna tell the chat this?
Nope.
Okay, I was gonna say if you were gonna do that, I was gonna get out of the chat. Oh.
And also, no, I did. Do I have the names of the places here?
Are they the places I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
I believe you should. Hold on.
Oh well, you see the signpost for the for two ruins as you get to the outside of the safe zone. So this is actually signposted. It says danger, and then it's got the two ruins that are next to each other, as you can see on the map.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking for the notes to see if I can find the... It might be... I might have to check something. 1 sec. Let me just switch this out. I don't want you guys to see this. Just take off the rolls quickly.
I PM'd you if you're looking for the thing that's from my backstory.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, got it. So we got Licht and Elgran. These two ruins are named Licht and Elgran. I'll write that in the chat for you so you guys can see. If you want to make notes on this.
Yeah.
Oh, you got robot voice again. You might have to restart. Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, my hotel was. So I'm using Discord through my phone. But
Yeah.
my
Fuck.
Roll20 is on
Seriously?
the hotel internet, which really sucks. So if it takes me a while to respond to
I-
rolls and stuff.
Don't worry about it, dude. It's fine. Oh, there you go. It's back again. We've got you. It went robot-y for a second, your voice.
Yeah, the connection went kind of low, but it's back now. Yep.
Yeah. So both Andrew and Dustin, you'll recognize those names, right?
Yeah.
'Cause the names that I've set out in the stories anyway. So you, yeah, I don't think it's in the knowledge of Taika and
You said
Hannah's
they're
characters.
in ruins
They're
now?
not.
Sorry, what was that?
You said they're in ruins now?
Yeah.
Wow.
What happened to these cities? Or
They,
these,
they were like
settlements?
settlements. Both places have the reason that there were settlements there was because they were next to ancient ruins. But the settlements are also in ruins. But the bottom one, the southern one is Licht, and the northern one is Elgran. So as you approach Licht, you can see the settlements. It looks like the place has been wrecked. There's nothing here.
So, are we near the ravine?
Yeah.
Addo runs over towards this ravine and looks down.
Okay.
There's no possible way. It's too dark.
You
We're
don't
done.
get. You just roll me a perception check anyway, just for flavor there, as you're
Okay.
searching.
Yeah, no.
Wait, this is
you-
the one.
The roll you rolled a 1, yeah. That's so the red box around the perception roll there. Let me just get the rolls back up so the chat can see. But the red box around the perception roll, that means the roll was a 1. The die roll was a 1, but then the modifiers made it up to 14, which is why I don't really do critical failures on skill checks. It's just a 4. But yeah, it's tough to see anything in the ravine because of the low light now. But you can't see anything of interest or anything at all. In fact, just the ravine itself.
Can I go over to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go. Hey, dude. What up?
I will explain later. After we are done with the trials, we need to come back here and we need to get to the bottom of this ravine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just going to trust you. Let's do that then.
If you say so. So
Are
what
you
do we need to do now?
are you
We
going
need
to try
to-
and find a way to?
Okay.
Correct? What?
I missed that.
Can I add?
I don't know what's going on. Someone said something and I was talking.
Yeah,
over.
it got cut off. Was it Feldraxian going to do something then?
Yeah. Is Otto okay?
Yeah, he just looks. He looks shaken, like he's seen a ghost.
So he's
Can
not
I put
okay.
my hand on his shoulder?
Yeah, you don't have to ask for like sort of character actions and things like that. You just do those things and.
I put
Can
my
I do
hand
that
on his
too?
shoulder and say that we'll investigate later.
Correct. Good. Let's get to the ruins for now.
Yeah, we don't want to lose our lead.
So to the ruins.
To the ruins!
Yay!
The
To the
ancient.
ruins.
All right, so yeah, you guys head to the ruins, and you are actually the first here.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Wonder why.
but I want you to roll all of you roll a perception check this time.
Here comes another one from Addo.
Oh man.
What? Really? I go from a 1 to a 7, from a 4 to a 17. But this is.
Well, yeah, Ardo. It is random. Ardo gets a 17, and you actually can hear like really faint breathing. It's a bit of a husky. It's like someone's got a problem with their chest, like asthma or something, like almost like a weird wheezy breath coming from somewhere in the ruins.
Can I follow the sounds?
Yeah. So you sort of creeping around these ruins, and yeah, you hear this sound. It's getting louder. Everyone else is probably noticed you creeping around now.
I hear
I
something
follow him.
this way.
And as you say, I hear something. You see something. You see the maybe sort of like the elbow, or like maybe it's like a knee or something. You see some kind of limb with pale skin, looks kind of dirty, and then you see it scutter off into the ruins. It was small. It was a small creature, but it's you know that thing's getting away. It's moving fast.
Is it just him or is it all of us?
So you all would have heard the scuttering, all of you, but you wouldn't have. It was just Ardo that saw it. That was it.
Okay.
So I know I'm gonna regret this,
So
but Addo calls out, "Is someone there?"
You hear, "Is someone there? Is someone there?" Echo. No, you don't. Nothing happens. Although you do hear you do hear footsteps coming along the main path. Some people have caught up by now.
I'm gonna start heading towards where the limb was skittering.
Where what was?
The skittering. I'm trying to follow.
Oh yeah. They're trying to follow the trail. You can roll.
Yeah.
You can roll an investigation to see if you can find tracks or something. Or an.
Hey, Brave, did my roll
nature.
work for perception? Because it's still rolling for me.
Oh really?
Well,
Perception.
Yeah, I don't-
Perception. No, I don't see it.
Ugh.
You may have to refresh sometimes.
Well, I'm definitely not finding any tracks.
No. This
So
thing's
the
this.
rest of us-
You say. I mean, you think this thing's pretty stealthy anyway. Oh, there it comes through. 8. The perception.
8, really?
One better than my investigation check to try to find track. Wait,
S-
is it track survival?
I
Oh, sorry.
If I
Yes,
can,
it
I'd
is
do
survival. Sorry.
check as well.
Yeah, do the survival.
Okay.
13. No,
Better.
you don't notice the tracks.
Okay. If there are any.
Yeah, if there are any. Yeah. The most obvious thing though right now is the half orc that's sprinting along the path towards the ruins.
Is it the same half-orc who punched the dude in the face?
Yeah, you recognize him as the same half-orc that punched the other guy in the face, and you can see a guy with a human with a cut lip behind him.
Yeah, I think we should find the place we're supposed to be, so they don't take our lead.
Did they tell us what to do once they got to the, like? Did the instructions say what we're doing once we got to the ruins?
No, there's nothing. It just says get to the ruins.
There was the picture of the place where we were supposed to meet. Should we try to look for that?
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, that's if you roll perception to try and maybe insight even perception. You can roll something that relates to it, and if you forget it, Holly's done it. Holly is just like stood at the place where you're meant to be, like, guys, you know, hey.
No one is going
It's
to
like
take
picking her
my
teeth,
lead.
like, yeah, what's this? Yeah. So what's Holly doing since she's pretty much standing at the place you're meant to be?
I'm trying to look for what we're supposed to do. Anything that, like, any people to talk to or any other clues.
Yeah.
Like if they
Alright.
left some paper which
Yeah.
tell us what.
So you've found the exact location. You are stood at the location you are meant to be, and you see a parchment.
Yeah, I'm going to open it and go show it to the others, so we can read it together.
Yeah. The half orc is nearer to the other guys, and he's spotted you, but he's kind of ignoring you. He's looking around for clues and looking for this location as well. And so is his other friend, the human.
Let's like move out of sight.
Yeah.
Do you want to sneak back to the others? So you haven't been, because you haven't been spotted yet, Holly.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait.
All right, you
stealth.
roll me a stealth roll. Yes, it's stealth 9. I'm going to roll a d20 because this guy's not stealthy. So I'm going to roll a 20-sided dice. You hear that dice roll? That's cool. I got a 14. So the human spots you. It says, "Oi! What you got there?" You can do whatever you want here. You can keep going. You can ignore him. You can reply.
Punch him in the face.
Can I do a deception, like just tell him that what would be a good excuse?
Do you have good deception?
Yeah, I have +6.
Try to
It's
deceive
just the
him.
piece of parchment that led us here.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, what do you say to this guy?
I say, this is the map that we got. It's nothing, really.
All right. Well, if you get my way, I'll get my half orc mate here to punch you in the face. So stay out of my way. Go on, shoot.
You mean like you got punched in the face?
He looks over at you and he's like, "Yeah, it hurts. All right." and he runs off to find his half orc friend. But yeah, 23 for a deception roll. That's decent. There's no way he was figuring that crap out.
I'm good at this. Yeah, but can we read the note now?
Yeah. So you go back to the group. Everyone's huddled round, I guess, and you open the parchment. And on the parchment,
Shit, what's that?
on the parchment, it says, now you just have to defeat your enemies.
Fuck.
And on the bottom, it says, they will come for you now you have this.
Oh.
Addo is going to
Really
use divine sense.
Divine sense. Right. Okay. So with this, Just so everyone who's watching knows, the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. And until the end of your next turn, blah blah blah, you know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. But for this, it says within the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hallow spell. But I'm going to twist this a little bit to suit the story here, and what Ardo senses is that this place has been destroyed by a very, very dark energy. But nothing, there's no creatures or living undead or anything like that. It doesn't sense anything of the kind, but just the destruction of this place and the darkness that lingers.
There's a dark energy here, friends.
Oh.
I think we should just take our weapons and get ready.
The parchment says that the enemies will come for us. We should get to a position we can more easily defend.
Yes.
Yes.
Are there any rooms nearby, Grave? Like where with only one entrance?
Oh, well, there's lots of broken walls and like wrecked buildings, so there's no full cover anywhere. It's just, I mean, the tall walls to hide behind and things like that. But no, most things have been destroyed.
So so there's no way to actually make it so we could basically funnel them into one doorway or something.
No. Anyone? No, there isn't. Everything's. You can see like there was an entrance to the main ancient ruins, but that's collapsed, so you can't get in there. But that would have been the only place as you're looking around the place. That's pretty obvious as well from the ruin.
Okay.
Is there anything I could climb? Like I could try to climb and see if I can spot anyone around us.
Yeah, there's most of the walls are easy to climb because they're like broken stone. Yeah. So there's a lot of footholds and handholds for you to climb these things. You will need to roll some kind of skill check to get to the top, but it's going to be nice and easy. So if you roll me an athletics to climb, or you can acrobatics it up. It depends on how you want to get up. Acrobatics, jeez, neck. So you watch Holly run towards this stone wall, but it's not the one she wants to climb. It's the one opposite it. She runs up this stone wall, then backflips over and lands on the top of the wall that she wanted to climb. That's acrobatics for you. That's a high roll of 24. Jeez. Yeah, so she's perched on this high wall, and she can see pretty much everything around the ruins from here. You can see the orc and his friend, and you can also see more people now arriving through the path. And then you hear some people, "We have to find it! We have to find it before the others! If they get in your way, cut them down!"
Can we just like pretend we're looking for it too?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want here. It's your choice.
Just take the thing.
I mean, what's everyone thinking here? Because obviously, this is something you've got to be careful of when you're playing D&D, is the communication. You've got to realize that your characters don't automatically know what the other character's thinking. Even though the player knows, the character might not know. So you've got to find ways to communicate with each other so that you can keep everyone up to date.
Says to the group, whatever we do, we need to stick together.
Yeah.
Holly tells them that what she sees, so everyone knows she's looking out for enemies and stuff.
Sure. So everything I've just said, you basically relay to them.
Yeah.
And with that information, what do you guys think you should do?
we should find somewhere out of the sight of the others, because if there's groups that are going to start attacking other groups, stay out of their way.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
want to avoid conflict with these guys.
Yes. So we can find these enemies that are supposedly going to start attacking us.
Mm-hmm.
But what if the enemies are the other guys?
I don't think the Golden Rose would send us out here to kill this many people.
Especially innocents.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What about
Uh,
that arm I saw earlier? Something else is here.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, I agree that we should get out of the way and try to find that thing and try to hide from the others.
So let's stay together, look around the ruins, and see if we can find anything that's not one of the other groups.
Yeah,
Yes.
sounds good.
All right. So now this place is starting to fill up with more people. Everyone else is arriving.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting a little more difficult to move around without being seen. Everyone kind of knows where everyone else is. You guys are still in one of the corners of the ruins, so you're kind of out of the way. Most people are leaving you alone. But just as you think you are alone, the half-orc to punch the human in the face, he peeks his head around the wall where you guys are sat, and he says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen."
Same to you. I think.
What's up, ugly?
You seem pretty relaxed for someone who's meant to be looking for something.
Can't you see me looking? I'm up here. Find something.
Yeah, but your friends, they're just chilling, waiting.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing all the work, so why should we?
Clearly, she's our scout.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm stupid?
Well, by the look of your face.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
I do
The
not
sh-
think you're stupid, but I think you're foolish if you're going to attack other people who are taking the trial. Do you think the guild wants us attacking each other?
Ha! How else are we supposed to prove who's the strongest?
Maybe it's not about being strong. Do you not remember the guild master saying it was a test of wits?
Yeah, my wits tell me you've got something I don't.
Yeah, common sense.
Probably a brain.
Common sense. Right. I'll leave it to it then, shall I? Keep looking. And if you find anything, you give it to me or I'll knock your blocks off. All of you.
Sure.
Yes, sure. Don't wanna go.
He sniffs up a snot bubble. Yeah. And then walks away. But if anyone, it is fairly obvious that this guy is very, very paranoid about you guys. Yeah, he's aggressive, but he's either really clever or he's just so paranoid that he just thinks everyone's a bad guy, or if everyone's against him rather. You can roll me an insight check if you want to figure out which one that is.
Sure.
I would love to, but I'm having some issues with Roll20 right now.
It's all right. Whoa! Holly and Ardo got it anyway. It's cool. So Holly and Ardo, they both know that this half orc is definitely not stupid, and he's a lot smarter than he looks. He's definitely taken the human intelligence rather than the
That it
orc
is
intelligence.
hilarious that I am the only one who's rolled both a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Yep, let's roll 20 for you.
Yeah, I think Holly is going to climb down now. And can I give this paper to Ado I think he can protect it better.
Yeah, sure. You taking that?
Yeah, he's gonna roll it back up and hide it in his backpack.
Anyone roll? That's fine. No, don't worry about that. Everyone roll me a perception check again.
Of course.
Wow.
What
Wow.
Can Hannah just make all my rolls for me?
What is this? Yeah, can you make mine too? Because I've only rolled below 10s today. In fact, I think I've rolled 2 2s. Didn't I roll a 2 before as well? Yeah, I rolled a 2 again. Well, okay. So yeah, you notice that the human that was with the orc was trying to sneak up around the back of these ruins over the rocks. You can hear him clambering over. As you're climbing down.
Sneak up on us?
Yeah, he's trying to sneak up on you.
I look directly at him.
As soon as you turn to look at him, he ducks his head. But you notice that he ducks his head.
Small stones nearby?
Yeah, there's loads. Plenty.
I'm gonna pick up a small stone and chuck it gently over the rock so it literally like dings off of him.
Yeah. He goes, all right. Calm yourselves. I was only having a look. He stands up. He's smiling.
How's that face of yours holding on?
It's fine now I've seen you pocketing that piece of paper. The map, huh? Can I see it? I want to see if it's the same as mine.
Do you have reason to suspect it's not?
I just want to know. And then the orc, he hasn't particularly gone far. He starts strolling back towards the ruin that you guys are in. Yeah, I want to see that too. And just as he says that, you see an arrow pierce the orc's heart from behind and through his chest. And the orc just like goes wide-eyed, opens his mouth, and falls to the floor. The human on the top. Shit! What's going on? Where's everyone? And he starts to run down the rocks, trips, falls, and starts bouncing down these rocks. And as he's falling, another arrow hits him too, right in the chest. So that was an absolutely perfect shot. And he rolls to the floor, and he's lying like in the same area as you are. He's instantly killed.
Is the orc like for sure dead?
You can't tell from here, but he looks dead.
Is there a way to get close to him?
He's fairly near. Yeah. He's by the wall, so he came to the entrance. So yeah.
I'm checking him. I'm checking to see if he's alive.
Yeah. So you just roll a medicine check.
Okay.
So you see Ardo crouch down, check his pulse, while looking around, being cautious, and he's dead.
Oh shit. Can I try to find out where the arrow came from?
Yeah, perception.
Perception.
15. You know the direction it came from. You did notice the arrow's direction from both of them, and both of them from the same direction. They're from the near the mountain path, but it seemed like the angle was actually from the mountain itself. But you don't see anyone there anymore. Whoever it was that fired these arrows are now gone.
So I'll take out my shield. And
All right.
just in case.
We
On,
need to move everyone. Let's get looking for that, whatever we're supposed to find here, whatever enemies here.
Yeah, I think that's.
you guys, you hear a voice coming from the wall that's next to the dead body. And it says, "You need to leave. You have what you came for." And if you look at the wall, you can see that the rock in the wall is actually forming into like a mouth. So you can see this mouth in the wall talking to you guys.
Is that voice the Spy Master's voice? Can I tell that?
Roll an insight, actually.
Come on, baby daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
14. It does indeed sound like the Spy Master.
So it's not Dickhead.
Let's get out of here.
These people that died because they are not worthy of this new land we live in. Those willing to hurt others for their own glory are not worth my time. And then the mouth disappears back into the wall.
Let's return to the guild hall.
Yeah. Should we do a stealth check? Try to sneak away before anyone sees us trying to leave?
Yep.
Yeah. Do we all do that?
I'm gonna
Fuck
fail
you!
this so hard.
Wow. All these 23s, you cheat.
Don't I have disadvantage on this?
For heavy armor?
I believe because I have chainmail, and I'm pretty sure that's heavy.
Yeah. I think that's the case. You'll have to look up the actual rule for the armor.
I'm scrolling down through the book now.
Okay. I mean, for now, just roll it without. Don't worry about it. We'll get that right next time.
Okay. I mean, I've got a shitty roll either way. Yeah, I do have disadvantage. It automatically did it. Cool.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
Grave, can you hear me and everything?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. I think I fixed my problem.
Great. All right. So, could you hear what was going on then? Did you miss anything?
Yes. Yeah. So the face in the wall, arrow through the orc.
Yeah. So yeah, you didn't miss anything. You're good. So yeah, you guys, you want to stealth out of there. So if you want to roll a stealth roll, that's the last thing you need to do. Can you roll? I mean,
I'm not making it out.
I can roll for you. It's just I just need to click your sheet. So.
Grave, they noticed us. Look at my roll.
Oh yeah, they did. So there's no point in rolling anymore.
They noticed us.
Yeah. So the rest of the groups, they notice you trying to sneak off back through the mountain path, and they're like, you hear some shouts like, "They're leaving! They're leaving! They've got something! We need to get them!" So you guys take it you're heading towards those horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As we're leaving though, I'm gonna look at the rest of the groups and say, "You fools! Think about it. Would the guild really want someone willing to attack one of the other groups simply for their own glory?"
There's about 30 of these people chasing you, and I'd say, can you roll me a persuasion?
Yeah, I can.
All right, so I'm gonna say half of the people that were chasing you, they sort of stop and look at each other and like, well, yeah, it makes sense. Why would we do that? That's not fair. And they stop. But half of them, the other 14 or 15 people, they stop for a minute, and then they're like, nah, we need to get this. This is our way out. How will they know if we kill people? You know, that's their sort of appearance towards you guys.
Right. Well, I'm booking it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I roll deception and try to make them think that I have the important thing, like run off on my own, run.
If you wanna die, then sure.
I mean, it's a huge. That is a huge risk, but you can do it if you want. You can choose to do what you like. Just remember that Ardo said you got to try and stick together.
Yeah.
Helpoin tapa.
Yeah, I think I asked the others if I should do it first.
No, just get to the horses.
Yeah. Don't you think we should like share the scroll with people here?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
share the scroll with the others. Are you crazy? Let's go. So yeah, you guys run to the horses. And as you're on your way there, I want you to roll perception, just so you're aware of your surroundings along the way. Everyone roll perception. And if you can't roll, by the way, Dustin, I can click your sheet for you and roll.
I should be able to roll. Let me know
Okay.
if it goes through.
Holly again with that 23.
What's going on? You're broken 23.
It's
Wow.
a perception, right?
Okay, Holly, you notice along the ridges. What? You two hackers, I tell you. You're totally hacking my game right now.
It's a nat 20.
Apparently,
my game
I
next.
think
All right, so Tharaga, she
Yeah?
and also Holly notice that all along the ridges of these mountains, there's you can see kind of creatures along the ridges. You can't really tell what they are. You can see the movement, but they're kind of smaller than human. But they're bigger than halflings, but they're really skulking around. And Tharaga, you notice that these are goblins, and they've got bows and arrows.
Yeah, I missed
crap.
that last one.
What did you say?
And I missed that last one. You said, what was it? The goblins, and what was the last thing?
Oh, they've got bows and arrows.
Oh shit!
They're ready to start shooting people.
Oh shit! I tell the other guys, there's goblins with bows and arrows, and like they wanna kill us.
Get to the horses.
Holly, I'm just going to. Holly thinks that goblins are the ones who were shooting people who were trying to attack the other.
Yeah.
So. What?
But you guys are heading. You guys make it to the horses, okay? By the way.
Oh, the horse is okay.
Yep. The horses are still tied up. They're fine.
Mounting up and getting the heck out of there.
Pretty much, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys are leaving, you see these goblins descending the mountains, and basically the entrance to the place is totally covered by these guys. So anyone who was behind you is trapped.
Oh, shit.
Well, at this point, Addo's gonna stop. And is there any, like, I'm assuming with Addo being, even though he's, a holy warrior, still a warrior, is there any way to clear enough of a path for innocent people to get out?
You think it'd be very tough to do so, but you could. If you really work together as a team, you may be able to push a path through, but it'll be dangerous. And it could cost a life easily. There's enough goblins to overwhelm.
We have to try to save those people. Some of them stopped. The ones that were attacking us are arseholes, to be sure, but we can't just leave them to die.
No.
I still think that the goblins aren't going to hurt innocent people. They didn't shoot us. They shoot at the people who.
Does it look? Are any of the goblins facing our way?
You're quite far away. The horses are quite far away from the ridge, but no, they're watching the entrance.
I mean, yeah, they're assholes, and the assholes can die, but I agree with Holly here. I don't think that Nice people are gonna die, so
I'm gonna
it's a
wait.
win-win for everyone. Less
I'm gonna wait a
assholes.
second and try to watch these goblins.
Fine.
They're basically just waiting for the others start clashing in now to this entrance part, and they start firing arrows at them, and they fall back into the ruins again. You see a few of them get taken down. Maybe 2 or 3 bodies fall, and one of the bodies gets dragged back by another one. And it's just a bit of a mess at first as everyone tries to get back to cover.
They're the mean people.
Those were the ones that were following us specifically, correct?
Yeah.
The ones that stopped.
The ones that
aren't
stopped are still in the ruins. They're not trying to get out. But you can't see that. You can only see the entrance.
Right.
You just assuming that because you can't see them.
Right. Are there any of the goblins like down to where I could speak to?
You speak to the goblins, and
yeah, why not?
Yeah, you could try and approach. They're out of range at the moment, by the way. So
I'm going to shoot my sword and slowly approach towards the goblins.
All right. You just slowly approaching. There's no stealth, nothing about that. You're not.
I'm making it like I'm holding my hands up as if not attempting to attack them.
Sure.
Like a question would be: are goblins known to be actively hostile all the time in this world?
You wouldn't really know because not many people have seen goblins. But
fair enough.
Anything on the outside the safe zone is considered dangerous. So
okay.
They're not in this. They're never seen inside the safe zone. So
okay.
If that's a good enough answer, so Ardo is approaching, right?
Right. I'm trying to make it appear as though I'm non-hostile. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, sure. I just need to grab his stats.
Okay. I'm being fired upon is what's going on.
Perception skill I'll need. For a goblin.
Oh, you want to see if they notice me?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was being shot at first.
Well, not yet. Not yet. Because they're focused so much on the entrance, I just want to notice. I want to know if they notice you. Where's the button for? There you go. There we go. Goblin. All right. So, oh, they got. It's just a standard wisdom check. Okay. Perception. What? That's not right. Oh, there you go. That's better. It's all gone in now. It was all blank. It was like all zeros. All right. So perception is actually -1. So I'm going to roll perception. I'm going to get the chat up so everyone can see the rolls. Perception is... I'm going to roll 1 roll for all of them. And they roll a 9, so they don't see you. They don't notice you. So you get a little bit closer. So you're now in range. And then I'm going to roll again. They don't notice you again. So do you want to keep approaching? Because now you're like easily in range. If you approach any further, you'll be right next to one.
Hey, what up?
You said I'm like when you say when I'm in range, are we talking melee or?
Yeah, I'm. Well, you're in range of their bows easily. So I mean, close range. So the range is 80 feet. 320 feet is the total range, but 80 feet is the range of the shorter range of the crossbow. Do you know what I mean? A short bow, sorry.
Yeah. So I say, friend or foe. This is probably a bad idea, and I accept this, but this character will definitely approach this as neutral until otherwise given us reason to expect hostile.
Yeah. So this goblin that you're closest to turns around and looks at you and goes, "Oraka Kikla!" And they all turn around. Not all of them, like sort of half of them. Some of them are still engaged in combat with the others. And they all point their bows at you and draw. You
Are
can
they?
you count 7 that are pointing their bows at you.
I think you should get out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn tail.
Okay, all right. So as you turn tail, they loose their arrows.
Okay.
You're out of the 80 feet range though, because you didn't go any closer than that. So they've got disadvantage on 7 shots.
Oh, crap. You got any healing spells?
But if you can roll me a good athletics check for sprinting away, I will. Oh, you're on your horse. Okay. I'm only gonna roll 3 of those because of the difficulty of hitting. I'm gonna count automatically half of those are gonna miss, and then I'm gonna roll 3 attacks.
Okay. My AC is 16.
The first one hits. 17 to hit. That's with disadvantage as well, and you take 7 damage. In fact,
Ouch.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna roll on the next 2. I'm also gonna roll a D2, whether it hits the horse or you.
Ooh. 4
In
horses.
fact, I should do that for both actually. So this one, don't take the damage just yet.
Okay.
I roll a D4, and if it's a 3 or 4, it hits you, and if it's a 1 or 2, it hits the horse. The first shot hits the horse, 7 damage. So it stumbles a bit, and it sort of bucks around, and then carries on going. So that's not your damage. Okay, so the next 2 is a miss. Next one again. 18 to hit, so this one would hit your AC, right? With 6 piercing damage. So I'm going to roll the D4 and see if it hits you or the horse. If this... let's see. D4. It hits the horse again. So the horse is badly wounded.
Damn.
Just
Well, the Spy Master's going to be pissed off at us.
I'm gonna go ahead and use all 5 of my lay on hands on the horse.
Alright, okay. So you're healing it up. And its wounds start to knit with this magical energy. This holy energy. The horse freaks out a little bit as it feels the tingle of the healing powers, but it seems to know what you're doing, and it carries on running back to you, cantering back to your allies. And you are now out of range of the goblins.
Have I ever told you that you're dumb as fuck? I love you, but no.
Welcome back, Otto.
Yeah, it's good you're alive, but I think we should just go. I'm not going to die because of those people.
Would we have seen if he got hit or anything, Grave?
You would have seen the arrows flying at him. You probably... Yeah, you probably didn't notice.
Also,
You can roll a perception check if you want.
Are you alright, Otto?
I'm fine. The horse took a couple hits, unfortunately.
That 23 again!
Are you good to ride?
Yeah, Holly... Wow, Holly noticed everything.
I believe that the horse is good, so I think we can keep moving. We should get back to the guild hall as soon as possible and see if we can send some reinforcements up here.
Yeah, you'll be
We
riding
shouldn't
through the
everyone
night.
die.
Yeah. Let's just go and sleep tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not going to sleep with those things.
Ew!
Yeah, ew.
Well, let's get back to the safe zone and then take a rest.
Alright.
Is that
Did they
safe?
say how long we had? Like, is this a time challenge?
No, there was no time limit on or anything. It's just the first ones to get what they needed. And they said it was... the only things they said was it was more about wits than strength.
Okay.
And that, you need... All it said on the parchment is you need to get there and find what you need. And then you had the message when you got there that you need to prepare for your enemies coming for you to take what you have.
Well, we
And
kind
the
of
massive
Goblins.
mouth told us head back to the guild because we had what we needed.
yeah, and
Yeah.
we got out of there and
Yeah, I think we should just go and not sleep right now because the goblins might try following us if they really want.
I think he wants to get to the safe zone first and then rest.
Yeah,
far
The
enough
safe
to
zone
get
isn't
there.
far, yeah. So you easily make it back to the safe zone. The safe zone's actually at the start of the mountain, so your horses were pretty much in the safe zone anyway.
Okay.
Ah.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's just go. Since we're already in the safe zone, go ahead and head back because, like has already been mentioned, I would rather not risk the goblins following us down. Plus, the longer
Even
we
through the safe
get
zone.
back,
Yeah, I mean,
the
you
longer
can.
we can wait, the more likely it is that everyone in the mountain.
Yeah, we could catch up. The sky tonight, it's moonlit, and there's only a few clouds here and there, so you can see it's becoming nighttime now, but you know you're going to be able to see by the clarity in the sky, so you could make it fairly easily back to the guild hall today, or well this night rather.
Let's head back to the guild hall. We could rest up there, especially
And we
if
can
actually
maybe summon reinforcements.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds better.
All right,
Yeah.
so you ride through the night. It's now early hours in the morning as you arrive at the guild hall with the horses, and everything's the same as it was. There's a few less guards at nighttime, but the place is lit by torches and fancy. Is it braziers? Is that what they're called? Those
Yeah,
metal things? Yeah, I think it
braziers.
is. And there's a few like internal lighting things, and it's looks really fancy, all lit up at night. It's impressive. And the guards, as you arrive on the horses, they dip their heads at you in respect. Welcome back,
Can I
travelers.
use
Is
Can
the
I
guild
use
master
persuasion?
still awake?
The
Sorry.
horses are alive too.
I'm
we should-
asking one of the guards. Is the guild master still awake?
Yes, he is waiting for you.
Can I use a perception or a persuasion to persuade the guard to summon the guild leader so that we can get reinforcements over to the
He
mountains?
just said he's waiting
you-
for us.
You won't need to use persuasion or anything, so he's waiting for you. He says, "Go on in. He is in the courtyard."
I
should we-
dismount after.
Oh,
I
before you say, Holyaga passes, the guard says, "And you, hands to yourself, sneak thief."
A bit of catastrophic.
So Addo's gonna dismount and pretty much he's gonna book it into the courtyard
Sure.
as fast as he. I mean, he's pretty tired, obviously, because it's probably pretty late at night at this point. But
Yeah, so as you make it to the courtyard, you see all the food's been cleared away through the hall, and you make it to the courtyard, and Elduin is stood on the steps.
Oh, has been standing.
Welcome back, traveler.
Guildmaster, you must send reinforcements up there. There are some who would be good additions. I think they stopped when I said to them, "Think about this," and they're going to be slaughtered by whatever those creatures were up on the mountains.
Yes, there were only a few casualties, but most of them made it out alive. They are on their way back as we speak. You
That
need
is
not
good.
worry. So it seems you were the first back. Does that mean you have what we sent you for?
He flips his backpack around, pulls out the second scroll. Is the rest of the group there with him at this point?
Is everyone there with him?
Yes.
All right. So yeah, he nods to you all and says, "I have to wish you very well done. It was faster than the last invitational we had. Much faster."
Good luck.
Good choice.
Although we did not anticipate the goblins attacking like they did.
Oh,
Oh, I thought they were meant to be.
So did the arm I saw, did it match the goblins?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you put two and two together, and you know that was a goblin.
Okay.
oh, it wasn't just a loose arm.
No,
A disembodied arm.
just an arm
I
just
just had an arm running
scuttled off into
away.
the distance.
Some prestidigitation.
Yeah.
A mage hand.
Yeah, you only managed to see the arm because it was in cover. Or some kind of limb, yeah. Sorry, I made it sound like it was just an arm. Sorry.
No, I knew it was attached to something. I just with the
Yeah.
pale and white, I assumed it was undead.
That's just some good imagination there, that's all.
I can't English.
No, that's good imagination. That's good. I like it. It's funny. Yeah, that's getting written down. That might even appear later in the story again sometime.
It's just a hand walking around.
You see a floating finger.
Oh no!
That's just me trolling you guys with my mage hand.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the hand from my nightmares.
No.
So Ada says,
Okay.
I do apologize about the injuries to the horse. I healed what I could have.
Yes, we couldn't have anticipated all of the damage done, but you did well.
The horse is fine. Enough.
Okay, good enough.
Does this mean that we have passed the test?
Indeed it does. In fact, you passed with flying colours. The fact that you stopped and tried to go back to defend the weak, it shows great strength.
Oh shit, you're a good guy.
I guess we just suck.
Yeah, good.
The
That was
test
it.
itself was to weed out the greedy over the true heroes. And it appears most of the group were greedy, as they came for you in numbers.
Well,
Unfortunately, in your defense, we had to kill the orc and his friends. We knew that those were bandits. However, it was a trial, and they had their fair time in the trial.
oh, so you knew they were bad guys.
Only the half-orc, yes. The others, I expected better.
Huh.
It's that group
I
mindset.
wonder, the human, though, was he truly bad or was he merely following orders?
He was corrupt, yes. Although, if we did not kill him, he would have killed you.
Oh,
He could
thanks.
have tried.
Shh. You don't know his level.
You don't know my level.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
he's
right.
on a whole different level than you. Anyways.
I mean, what? What's now?
Elduin says, he would not have faced you immediately. In fact, he would have tried to flee, and he would have tried to find you when you were sleeping. That is a coward's danger.
Wow. I don't like him.
Well,
Oh, he's dead.
you don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, unless he turns undead.
So I guess a welcome to the guild is in order. But I suppose you would want rest.
Rest would be nice.
Yeah, fine.
Make your way to the guest barracks. On the east side of the guild hall, there is a place for you to rest your head. And eat, if you must.
Food! So, do we like...
Guildmaster, before I go, it's something I wish to speak with you in private about.
You mean without your friends?
Yes. I will explain to them later, but I want judging your spy master seems to know a great deal about that area, and there's something I must know.
Of course. Then come with me.
Sure, let's go.
Bell, Holly, and Thraga go to rest their heads.
Sure. Are you any other questions before you split up?
I'd like to say that I'd like to speak to Otto afterwards.
Sure.
I promise to explain as soon as I'm done speaking to the Guildmaster and the Spy Master.
Very well.
The Guildmaster wanders off into it almost seems like a lounge area. There's bookcases and furniture and places to sit. So he takes a seat at the end of this long table.
Mm-hmm.
Please sit.
Addo takes a seat. So, knowing that you know that I've been beyond the safe zone, and knowing that you know much of our histories, surely
Should we be
you know.
hearing this?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. If you hear this bit, it saves him saying it all again later, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You just have to remember the characters don't know. So.
Yeah. Sure.
So undoubtedly, you know about Griffin.
We do not. But you can explain.
Griffin came and when I was training under a man by the name of Griffin Goldhunter.
Ah, the partner we do know about the partner you had, just not his name. That makes more sense now.
Is he the one who destroyed those towns?
No, he is not. It was a greater darkness than that.
I had worried because though I am sure he is dead, I could not make absolute certain.
Although the darkness still lingers in those ruins, there should be no danger from those ruins from now on. The darkness itself has left that place. Which is why we figured it was safe to send you there. It was just a shame about the goblins, indeed. Is there anything else you wish to know?
Could you send a spy to the bottom of the ravine and see if there's a body? It will have decayed by now, but I must be certain he is dead.
I suppose I could spare some of the resources, but may I ask why this is important?
When we came upon those settlements, Griffin, something had taken him, and he wanted to destroy both towns. Said something about Malthraxis.
Malthraxis, yes. I know of this.
When I refused to join him, he struck at me, and I was forced to strike back. He fell down that ravine, and though I was certain he was dead, now I am not so certain of the destruction of those towns.
So you left when they were intact, and when you returned they were gone.
Yes.
I mean, I would like to tell you more, although this is a close-guarded secret of the guild. Perhaps in time, we can tell you more. Get some rest. We can talk about this again another day.
Very well. I better go explain the situation to my friends.
Indeed. Good night.
Good night.
He stands up, and he walks towards the stairs, and heads up to his own quarters.
So he goes back to his friends, and the only thing he adds, because he assumed that the other people, that the guild knew this, is that the reason that he was even training under Griffin, he had tried to get into a order called the Knights of the Mithril Heart, they refused him, but sent him to Griffin training.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't. The guildmaster wasn't aware of it. That's all. The guild, someone in the guild probably was, but the guildmaster himself wasn't. Which is why when you mentioned his name, he was like, "Ah, this makes sense." Just as a little explanation to that.
Now
So
we
you-
know what was said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dustin Sellers is just tagging people nonstop
Oh, really?
about this. Yes.
Cool.
I need. I choose to reveal my part.
Sure. Do you want to tell him about it? Have you got a different mic because your the quality of your calls changed?
Hold on. Let me fix it. It's because I'm using my headphones.
Oh, I see.
I was using my phone directly before.
So what's going on?
Feldraxian is he's gonna react to the story about Ardo and his ventures. Yeah, and Griffin, his ventures in the ruins before. In the 5 years that you were apart, that's obviously Ardo has been there, and things have happened there. And did you hear the story? So Griffin basically wanted to destroy the two settlements, and Ardo got in a bit of a scuffle with this guy, trying to stop him from doing so.
Yeah, I got that much.
And then Griffin wound up at the end, at the bottom of a ravine.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's why he wants to go there.
That's why he looked there first, to see if he could see anything.
Okay.
And Feldraxian is just really about to react to that, I think. But let's sort this microphone out. Is it done? Oh, hang on. He had to jump out. There you go. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's no problem. I just had to switch to my phone.
Oh, that's a lot nicer.
Thank you.
So yeah, you wanted to react to that story about the place being destroyed.
Otto, you mentioned Malthraxis.
Yes.
I have unsettling news.
What is that?
The ruins are my doing.
Why did you destroy both of those towns? Or those settlements, I should say.
It wasn't my fault. I went to the ruins in order to research demonic artifacts. I picked up a certain bone fragment on a pedestal within the ruins. And the moment I did, Malthraxis entered this world.
This
He
is
rose.
distressing news.
No, I missed,
Rose
missed both of those. Sorry. What did Ardo say to that?
Addo said this is distressing news indeed.
When he rose, he devoured every single living being within both settlements.
We should find a way to stop this.
Unfortunately, Malthraxis is now my patron. I have become a warlock.
Ooh.
And what were you willing in this?
I had to be. Otherwise, I would perish.
We should try to find a way to get you out of the dark pact if we can.
Malthraxis also is a one-winged being.
Do you need to the other thing I was going to say is, do you need to explain them to Ardo? Because I think Ardo's thinking, we want a way out of this, but in reality, obviously this is not character's knowledge now, but in reality, the pact is actually protecting the world from Malthraxis in a way, because Malthraxis, since Malthraxis has now done this, he's awake and he's not killing people anymore. He just is.
Yes, he's contained within the Bone Fragment that I have, which is my arcane focus. But the reason that he woke and devoured everything was to restore his power. Now he's bound to me, kind of like I'm bound to him. So he will not be causing any problems, but I do have to... I am forced sometimes to do things for Malthraxis in order for him to seek his missing wing, which was taken from him by another demonic being known as Varaciel.
What happens when you perish? For the record, out of character, he's not asking because he's thinking about killing. He's worried about what happens after the character's death.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We should ask the guild to look into this, because if your death will bring Malthraxis back in the, we must find some other way to seal him by that time.
I agree.
Ooh. So there you go. That's where your stories connect quite beautifully. Actually, I like it. I like that connection you accidentally brought upon yourselves.
Yeah, sorry for the stuttering. I was trying to go through my grimoire, my notebook, and
pick out the points. No, it's cool.
Long.
No, that actually sounded really nice. It was
I wrote
like
a book.
answer.
Yeah, he has. He's written a whole novel on this, so he's picking out highlights for you guys. But it was good because it almost added, it added a feeling of, I need to be careful what I say here. So even though you stopped, it worked well for the moment, right?
Yeah.
Right, because I pretty much revealed everything from my backstory.
Yeah. And same with Ardo as well.
Uh-huh.
Well, pretty much. And
Grave, I assume that this gold hunter guy was probably possessed by Malthraxis.
I mean, that's something you can probably find out by talking to Ardo a bit more.
Or even talking to Malthraxis, if Malthraxis will speak to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of unobtrusive. Haven't really spoken to him since the incident so far.
But I'm pretty sure that Ardo's trying to link the two together somehow. Because if you think about it,
go back to that ravine, or hopefully the spy masters will go back to that ravine. I believe some of Malthraxis's power may have been contained in a book that Griffin and I had found.
I see. That's grave news.
The book, the first half of the book, contained information on my god, Tyr. Or did we change his name? I forget. Grave.
I don't think we did.
Okay. but
We c-
the second half of the book was corrupted and tainted, and that is what eventually led to Griffin's fall.
I wonder if there's any other artifacts within the ruin that could possibly still contain Malthraxis' power or other beings.
If so, we should find it and either contain it or destroy it.
I agree.
But we will worry about this later. We should talk to the Guildmaster tomorrow.
All right. So you guys, you're gonna head to sleep and try and find the guildmaster in the morning.
Before we head off, what are opinions of my party, of me, after my guilty confession?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, we were there too.
Yeah. You were.
Addo will definitely be watching, because with such a creature having already, potentially corrupted one person that Addo knew, he's distrustful.
I think.
Yeah,
Tiraga is
but in a way
mad.
that he cares, right? In a way that this is his
But
friend.
it's not so much
Yeah.
distrustful of Feldraxian himself.
Yeah.
Worried Feldraxian may be possessed or
Yeah.
doing things by.
Influenced.
Yes.
Mhm. Which is a fair assumption. And I'm sorry, I cut you off there. What were you going to say? Was that Taika?
Yeah, that was me. I was saying that I think Teraga might be kind of mad at point. I mean, she's not like judging or hating him, or she's just like,
Yeah, these things happen, kind of thing.
yeah, it's like she's not very happy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Holly is just sort of shocked, and she's probably going to have to think about how she's going to feel. She's not really feeling anything right now, so it's probably best to ask
kind
him more.
of neutral. Just taking in the wow, this really happened.
Yeah, because I think she really likes her friend, and she doesn't like to think that he would purposefully do something like that. So she's just trying to.
Yeah,
think
I
how
mean,
this
he
all
didn't.
fits.
It wasn't on purpose. He removed this this bone fragment, and Malthraxian did all this damage, and then chose him as the well, he had to choose him as the patron, or he'd perish along with everyone else. So he's just survived, really.
Yeah, I think Teraga knows that she's not mad at him.
But
She's
mad
just
at Malthraxian, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's still with him. Like, she still likes him and all.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
I think everyone
Yeah,
is
we're
in a
not
way.
going to-
yeah, I'm not gonna kick him out or anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone-
we're going to stand with him.
It seems to me that everyone is just concerned about this pact and what it actually means for Feldraxian.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even you don't understand that much yet either, because you've not had that communication with him, so it's tough. Maybe. So yeah, this this has been a bit of a quite a big reveal. I liked it. It was good. So now what's happening? Everyone's getting their heads rested. Obviously, the elf doesn't really need to rest for long, but you can be doing what you need to do. Oh, we've got a new follower. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, it's Peril. Hey,
Guardian
Peril.
Knights and their special abilities.
Master is Witch. I can't see the name on that. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's wicked. So basically, the evening passes, the night passes. Sorry, because you got there early in the morning, and sun rises. The sun starts to break through the guest barracks, and you guys start to wake after a fair sleep.
Okay.
You guys, you said you wanted to head to find the guildmaster again, right? You're going to head to the courtyard?
Well, first, gonna see if there's like breakfast being served in the main hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just outside the barracks, there's like an area with some like breads and cheese and things like that, and
Sweet
some
rolls.
dried meats. Yes, sweet roll if you want it. So you guys can pick at that along the way if you want.
Yeah. Addo will probably get some breakfast because the day starts with a good pray and a good breakfast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Food.
The day starts with a good sweet roll.
Yeah.
Darn right.
Just don't
Can't
touch
start
my
day
sweet
without
roll.
a sweet roll. Can't start my day without taking Graves' sweet roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Holly's just going to eat too.
Yeah, they used to call me cinnamon buns, right? Because I got a sweet ass.
I knew that's where I was going.
Yeah, I had to, right? I had to say that after the sweet roll comment.
But
All right.
he doesn't like the challenges, though.
Ugh, I don't like cinnamon. Never again. Yeah, so you guys, after your breakfast and chilling out, getting ready for the day, you
Yep.
guys will head to the courtyard.
Yep, gonna go meet with the guildmaster. Hopefully.
Yeah, so you guys head to the courtyard. There's a few other people wandering around that you noticed that were actually in the original group from the trial, that they've made it back safely. A few of them have got cuts and bruises, but most of them seem to have made it back. And in the courtyard, you can the guildmaster isn't there, but the spy master that you met earlier on is, and he's just lurking in the courtyard.
Oh, it's Mr. Dickhead.
Mr. Dickhead, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Douchebag, why is your ego so... Anyways.
Yep.
So, well, I'm gonna approach the spy master. Where is the guildmaster?
He stops pacing and he says, "Yeah, the guildmaster is indisposed. Is there anything I can help with?"
I'm sure by now
Red
you've
flag.
played what I spoke with the guildmaster about last night.
Yes.
I'm worried that the book that may be with the body of Griffin may contain some of the essence of Malthraxis, and apparently our friend Feldraxian is in a pact with him.
I wouldn't waste your energy on Griffin. Griffin is truly dead.
That puts my mind at ease.
And for the record, the book you have been speaking of has been recovered. It is on its way back here now, as we speak.
That is also good news. Did they find Griffin's body, then?
Yes, it is perished, as you said yourself. However, I don't believe that this book was enchanted, or did it have dark energy? Yes. I don't think your friend was possessed, merely delusioned. Would you
How
not
so?
agree? If you had read further on into this book about a great demon that would destroy 2 settlements to regain his power, Malthraxian, as you put it, would you not want to stop this?
Of course.
Then, was his job not to stop this by destroying the 2 settlements before Malthraxian could do it himself and return?
No.
Fucked
That
up.
doesn't stop anything.
Food for thought,
Would not be worth the loss of life, would it really?
Perhaps he thought it was the lesser of 2 evils. I know not. We shall wait for the book to arrive and figure it out for ourselves.
Grave.
Hey, Spy Master.
Yeah,
What's your name?
that is a secret.
Okay,
I am
so
merely-
I just keep calling him Mr. Dickhead. Is that okay?
You can call me whatever you wish.
Yay!
Thanks. No.
He is a dickhead. What secret? And the enchanted secret book. Oh yeah, sorry. Go on.
It's just slight adjustment. It's Malthraxis.
Oh, Malthraxis. Sorry, not Malthraxian. My
that's
bad. Yeah. So this book, just as a little bit of a mid game recap for any new viewers. Basically, this book was something that's who was researching? It was Feldraxian was researching.
Yes.
And oh no, sorry, Ardo was researching the book, and his the leader of his small guild or sort of order,
It would be Griffin.
which was Griffin. Yeah, Griffin was reading the book, but they were working together at this, and this book told them of a demon that was buried in one of these ruins, or there was something about the ruins, and Griffin got possessed by this idea, and wanted to destroy these two settlements. And it came to a fight between Ardo, one of our characters here, and Griffin fell into a ravine along with the book. But on the other settlement, we have Feldraxian, who actually found the demon itself, and as he retrieved this bone fragment from an altar, the demon was actually summoned and destroyed both settlements, and brought himself back to his power that he needed. He absorbed the souls and the death, and is now the patron of Feldraxian the Warlock. So that's where it all ties up, really. There's still a few little things that they're not sure of, like, you know, what happened really, but this is where it's going. And that's why they're asking the Spymaster about it. And the book is now on its way back to the guild of the Golden Rose Guild. So you guys, you're still with this Spymaster, who has been an absolute prick so far, and also is suggesting that your friend Griffin was just a dickhead and wasn't possessed at all.
Yeah,
Which-
I mean, yeah, he allowed me to call him Mr. Dickhead, so
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to care about anything right now. He seems really cold and logical, and he just says what he thinks he wants to say.
he's mean.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you need me for? He says.
Is there a way we can like perceive whether he's connected to the ruins?
Not without asking. I don't think you could. No, I don't think there's enough knowledge about him. I mean, you could ask him more questions, but his knowledge is limited. It seems like he doesn't know that much either.
Hey, Spymaster! Hey, Spymaster!
Are you trying to be irritating?
No, I just wanna know. How do you do your hair?
You are trying to be irritating. I will
No,
take my
I just
leave.
like your hair! Your man. Shh.
Hair is of no concern in times like this.
Fine.
So,
Okay, I'm done. Let's go.
what should we be doing then today?
You will receive orders from the guild to venture out into the beyond the safe haven, rather. If you head to the guild hall, you will see a board where you can take jobs and report back to the guild. If you see a job you think you can do yourself, then take it. Although each mission is ranked by difficulty or potential threats and dangers. Only the strong guild members take the S-class missions. You should begin with a C-class mission. So, check the board at your leisure.
Can we ask him
Very well.
what's up with the guild leader?
Yeah, if you want, you can ask that. He just says, I have already said he is indisposed. Not all guild matters are public, you must understand. It is why I have a purpose in this guild as spy master.
Very well.
Fine.
Fine.
He smirks at you. You'll learn one day how it is here in the guild.
I think the hair is the best part of you.
It's the only good part of him, and his armor, perhaps.
Well, yeah, I mean, the armor is good.
Well, with that in mind, Addo is going to take a bow and go check out this job board.
Yeah. The bounty board. Yeah, it's basically it's like a notice board where the scholars all post missions and anything that like the researchers want to know, and because they're intelligent type people, they're not fighters and such. They get you guys or the guild members to go out and collect this information and bring it back. So they, with that information and the map drawing and everything like that, they update their quest logs and try and get people to push further out, or can someone check out this cave? What have you seen? So they've got recon, they've got all kinds of different missions. So if you guys go to this board, there's plenty of C class missions which are meant to be the safest. There is a warning on the board that says that if you do take a mission, it might be ranked C, but that doesn't mean there's not like A class or S class stuff there. It's just a guide, really.
Right, because
obviously
they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. They can't interpret everything. It's an estimate. Yeah, it's an estimate.
Can I get a cat?
A cat?
Yeah.
Maybe one day, I guess.
Yay!
So yeah, the missions that are on the board, there's a few C-class missions, and a lot of them are actually away from the mountain area that you guys went to, which is just above my head here. So it's just totally up to you which mission you pick. The list of missions are to investigate on the east side of the border, a goblin camp, which is potentially threatening the border. So it's basically just the sweep and clear mission. There's one which is another one to the east, which is to research a ruin that's been spotted in the distance. But the problem is the goblin camp is blocking the ruin, so you could potentially take both of those missions in one go. So you'd have to go through the goblin camp to get to this ruin. And then there's one to the north, which has been labelled a B rank mission, and that's to explore a cave that's been killing a lot of the guild members. So they're the available missions that you think possibly might be interesting to you guys. The rest are all A, S, and A and S rank missions.
I say we take on the goblin camp and the other one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think we could take both. I mean, you're basically going there, so we could try.
Oh, for the ruin one after the goblin camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
I
all in
mean-
accordance then?
Sure.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, I mean, if we get into too much
Let's go.
trouble, I guess we can come back and try again the next day. It's not
If
like
we
have
die, we die like men.
to.
Find the spy master adventurer. What's your?
Don't forget we have fine women with us.
I can't read that name. It's Glistop. I don't know what to call you. I'm gonna call you GLS, dude. GLS says, slay the goblins. He says slay the goblins, or she.
Yeah.
And the crowd has spoken.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
No
that's
choice.
the
Let us
choice.
Give the crowd what they desire.
We can slay the goblins.
Bread and circuses.
Can we
So-
take their stuff?
Yeah,
The goblin
you-
stuff? Hell yeah, you can. You can do what you like.
Yeah, loot them!
Do goblins even have nice?
No.
Nice is a relative term.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it
Nice, like,
depends
it
on
works.
what-
I think we could find some cool shit.
I mean, the armor you wouldn't be able to use because it's too small for you guys, but
We can sell it.
like the weapons and stuff you could use, it's usable, but it's not by any means nice. I don't think anyone would buy it. It's very crude stuff that you noticed from when you fought the goblins or when you were being attacked by the goblins in the mountain before. They don't have nice stuff. Well, they may. You never know. You never know what they picked up.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so you guys are going now. You're all fed up. You've had breakfast. You're all freshened up, and as you're about to leave the courtyard, you actually see one of the guys that was chasing you down at the end of the night last night, and he looks to be a little bit, he's got his head down. He looks to be feeling a little bit guilty, in fact, and he says, "Excuse me. I must apologize to you all for my behavior."
Huh.
Yeah, well, I mean, you almost got killed by a goblin. I guess that's enough punishment.
Yes. But what made me feel this guilt inside more was watching him stop to come back to get us, even though we threatened his life. And we
Yeah,
owe
I
you
mean-
our deepest apologies.
He's the best guy out of all of us, so
Think nothing of it.
We have
I
learned
only-
our lesson, and we
Our
leave
auto
this
is
guild with our heads low. But we thank you for the lesson we learned. Perhaps next time we will do better.
That is all anyone can hope, is to do better next time.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your forgiveness. And he walks away back towards the entrance to the guild hall.
wow. Next thing you know, he's starting an Ado fan club.
Yeah, a fan club. There you go. I mean, you've already got a
We're all
fan.
part of the
Hado.
Auto fan club.
I like it.
So-
I've always wanted my own fan club, you know?
Yeah, Ardo is the paladin there. You can see him with the gold border around his profile there. That's the one he was talking about.
He's the golden boy.
Darn
Yeah.
right I
Um,
am.
So you guys
I'm the
gonna
dark one.
are you guys gonna go and try and take the horses, or are you gonna go on foot, or?
Horses!
All right.
Horses.
I'm fine with horses.
So you head round to the stables.
Yeah.
There's no horses ready this time. But the stable master's there, the same guy as yesterday. He's working away, like he's mucking out one of the stables, shoveling horse shit.
Ew.
He sees you approaching, and he stops, and he puts his foot on the fork, and he leans on the handle and looks at you. Oh, you're back. Welcome.
Hi.
Greetings. We were wondering if we could get some horses for a mission.
Ah, I see. Well, today they will be used by the guild, and I know you are new members, but they are already booked in advance for today's special event. Sadly,
Going on today?
I cannot gift you a horse.
What event is occurring?
It's the guildmaster has been talking with another guild to seek out a ruin to the south. It's for the professionals of the guild, shall I say. It's an S-rank mission that the guildmaster himself is going along on, an expedition for the elite.
Sounds nice.
Dangerous, I would say.
So nice.
Yeah. I think her definition of kinda questionable.
Yes, I see that.
Well, I guess we'll walk.
That's fine too.
Can I say bye to the horses though?
Of course, they like attention from time to time.
Yay. Yay. Okay, I go over to the horses and I pet them.
Yeah, they enjoy the
I give
petting.
my horse-
Of course
Yeah.
they
I give
do.
my horse a piece of sweet roll.
Oh, nice. It enjoys that.
Then I look very sad when I go away. And I
Addo
say bye.
just waits for the others and then gets ready to move out.
So, from the Golden Rose Guild Hall, you head east to the border on foot. This is going to be... you might have to stop part way because I think this is like sort of 25 miles, so it's like a full day's walk to the border.
Damn.
So I don't know whether you want to rest at the border before you go into the dark zone, as we should call it.
I would say that
Seems appropriate.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, so we don't have to roleplay all that unless you've got things to talk about while you're there.
don't think so.
All right, cool. So you,
I just like to apologize to everybody for the guilt that I had, and sorry for letting them down.
These things happen.
It's fine.
Life is shit.
life is shit. There we go. See, there's the grumpiness coming out. Life is shit.
Fuck this shit.
So yeah, the night is spent on the edge of the border. You found a nice little sheltered area in between some rocks and trees. The Goblin Camp is a few miles outside of the border to the east.
Okay.
So you're not that far from the Goblin Camp. You could get there within an hour, the next day. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, the Goblin Camp isn't on the map yet. I will draw the Goblin Camp on for next time. Because I draw this map and I will add things to it each session. So everything that you discover today will be added to the map.
Our thief is Holly, right?
Yeah.
Addo suggests that Holly goes a little bit ahead of the group, like stealthing ahead and scout it out. Not too far, but far enough to where my heavy armor is not gonna interfere stealthing.
Yeah, like 100 feet ahead, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, is that for the morning or before you camp?
That's for the morning, like when we're actually heading toward the.
Yeah. So yeah, the morning comes then, and you guys are heading out. Holyaga's in the front, sneaking, being the scout, and watching out for things. And everything seems clear on the way to the camp until she reaches a ridge. She finds this ridge that it doesn't overlook the camp, but it's you can see the camp from the ridge. So that it's like a good vantage point for spotting. So you guys can creep up there without worrying about being heard or spotted. There's bushes and trees and things like that, and foliage to hide in. So, and the ridge looks down on almost like an open plain with two ridges either side of this camp as well. And you can see the fire pit in the middle. There's pitched tents, skins hanging outside, and crude weaponry lying around, and a lot of smoke coming from the camp. A lot of things burning. Like they've even got a little forge going. So they've had time to build this camp up.
And here we are to tear it down.
Ew.
Yay.
So
yeah, you can hear the clanking of the forge. One of the goblins is working at the forge.
is there a is there a goblin that's obviously the chief?
You can't see from here details of the goblins. It's kind of just out of range of being able to see exactly who's who. But you can, if you roll me a perception check right now.
Sure.
We've got a 9. Oh, finally! Let me just. Let me just get the rolls up. So Holly got a 9, Holly Arga, which is our rogue. Ardo got a 21. Nice.
I got a 21 too.
And Tharaga also got a 21. And Feldraxian got a 17. So anyone with above 15, so everyone basically except Holly, sees that there's patrol as well around on the top of the ridges on either side. You can see the goblin patrol. There's 5 goblins in each patrol. And then
We should probably take out the patrols first.
Yeah.
And then in the camp, you can see a round figure of about 10 goblins.
Do these all look like warriors or?
Yeah, they're all wearing like armor and they're carrying like spears or some kind of weaponry.
So like no women, no children?
No.
Okay, cool. Alright. So my suggestion is we go up on the ridges and take out the patrols first. And then perhaps those of us who are better with maybe we could fire down into the camp with bows, and then when they get close, we can by that point they'll probably be a significantly smaller force.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Take care,
Our
adventurers.
paladin, never the tactician.
GLS says, take care, adventurers. And Ko Matsumoto, hey, welcome to the stream. It's been a while, Ko, but it's good to see you. Yeah, so Ardo, with your, and Tharaga as well, with your high perception rolls, you also hear some crunching in the foliage, like nearby.
So there's probably a okay. Well, Addo's gonna grab out his greatsword and try to like look to the direction of the crunching.
It's tough to see through, like there's like trees and bushes and stuff like that, but yeah, you can see movement. It's only something. There's only something small, but you can see movement.
I do that too.
Yeah, I'll take out my rapier too.
You didn't say it.
Bone
No.
Fragment.
I see my friends doing stuff, so I do ready my weapon.
Addo points to the points to his ear, and then points towards the direction of the movement. To hopefully, they know each other well enough to know he's signaling. I heard something over there.
Yeah.
As you all sort of like look in the direction, the movement stops, but it's it's still there, but it stops moving and goes quiet.
I'm wondering, do I have any druid stuff I can do?
I could try sneak attack, but I think
I could use thaumaturgy to do something, create something nearby, right?
Addo points at Holly, like makes a puts his fingers over his lip to indicate quiet, then points upwards as if to suggest go up in the trees.
Nice.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, should I do acrobatics?
Yeah. Acrobatics will be loud, but athletics will be quiet, because acrobatics is sort of big movements, so it's just you choose which one you'd rather use. Acrobatics
Yeah.
gets you up. What's the roll? You rolled a 10.
Should I...
Yeah, you rolled a 10 basically. So you're up no matter what. So just you choose whether it's you climb like stealthily or whether you acrobatics your way up.
Yeah, let's try stealth. Still.
All right, okay. So you climb up this tree. It's not so super stealthy, but if you wanna roll a stealth roll, you can add to that.
Yeah.
Hannah, hide and ambush the goblins. Stealth, yeah, you're fairly quiet climbing this tree.
Yeah, okay.
Who am I playing with? So if you can see on the far side, you can see the 4 characters. You can see who I'm playing with. So Ardo is Andrew, Veldraxian is Dustin, Olyaga is Hannah, and Tharaga is Taika. They're people from a group called Sang. There we go. I'm one of the players. Met us all through the Facebook group, Socially Awkward Nerd Gamers and Geeks. Anyone who's over 18 can apply for that group and be a part of it. They're all really cool people. And it's all about geek stuff, gamer stuff, cosplay, anything like that. It's awesome. Really, really cool people. There we go. We've got the plug in there. There's the link as well to the Facebook group is also on the page there. You can see it underneath Sang D&D. Facebook.com groups Sang. There's also a Twitch channel as well that you should follow if you're not already following the Twitch channel. So yeah, you climb this tree and you can see some black fur and a long black tail in the bush.
Is the cat?
I think I should change my weapon to my sword, the rapier away.
Yeah, it seems to be a small creature.
Yeah. Should I do another perception check, try to see if, or perception or insight, try to see if it's
Well, as you're looking, it does. Hey, Will, welcome back. As you're looking, it does move, and you see its head poke out and look up into the tree at you. The other guys won't be able to see it from their angle, but it is indeed a black cat.
Oh. I think I should probably try
Animal handling roll.
What?
What did you say?
Animal
You should
handling
try
roll.
an animal handling
Ah.
roll so you can get
Yeah.
the cat.
Good kitty.
20. So, what do you do to entice this cat out of its hiding place?
I have some food roll.
Come here, kitty.
Yeah, I try to avoid eye contact. I've heard cats don't like that, and try to put my paw down, kind of so I'm not going to shoot it right away.
It's a mean cat. What if it's a mean cat?
It could be a mean cat.
Well, I mean,
I mean, the
think we're
cat.
going to wait.
The cat seems to like you. It kind of makes a noise and like comes out of the bush. Now everyone can see it, by the way.
Oh my god! It's a cat!
That's cute.
Can I try animal handling?
Yeah, sure.
And now I'm gonna roll a
Ye-
1.
You know,
I
you
mean-
wanted this to be a dark campaign. Would it be okay if the goblins killed this cat right now?
No!
No, I'm just kidding.
Ah.
You asked for a dark campaign, you know. I was gonna, yeah. Anyway, all right. There you go. So this cat, the 12's enough for it to come over to you. It brushes up against you and rubs itself against your legs, as they do.
Can I pick it up?
It's fine with it being picked up as well.
Yay! Now I'm happy.
Yeah, so what do we do with this cat?
I'm going to protect it with my life.
You're on a serious mission.
Yeah, and I'm going to
Oh, you can
protect
hear
this
it.
cat
That's
with
fine.
my life.
Yeah, we're gonna die. With you carrying around a cat.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. The rogue is the one that wants to keep the cat. The druid is the one that wants it dead.
No!
No.
Both of them. No! Don't kill the cat!
The rogue thinks
It'll
we
be hard to
should
do stealth rolls
throw it.
when the cat meows somewhere.
The
where
druid
it's
wants to
not-
keep the cat.
The druid wants to keep the cat, and the rogue
Yeah,
wants to.
Tharaga.
Just kidding.
I want to keep the cat.
You can keep the
I
cat.
think we
Well, I mean,
put
if
it
the druid
aside.
can keep the animals, which I don't remember if in this edition they can, the cat could, in theory, scout for us.
Yeah. If you can speak to the animals later. Have you got any spells that help that?
I have speak with animals, but I'm not spells. Do I have those? Those.
So this, so what are you going to do? Are you going to carry this cat with you? Or are you going to put it down and move to try and take out this band of goblins on the ridge.
Can I like try to?
I will be right back. I gotta let my brother know something.
Yeah, sure.
Can I try to? I really want to keep the cat, but can I make it wait?
Yeah, you can just put it down. Because it's gonna be, it might stay in this area if it's they're quite territorial cats, as you will probably know, being a druid. So you believe that this cat might stick around this area if you move on. You can come back for it.
Yeah, I think this.
It goes. Meow, meow.
Okay, I put the cat down and I tell it that it should wait here, and I will come back.
All right.
And if
I'll come back for you.
if they're gone, break
I'll
my
come back
heart
for
and I will die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll never play a stupid game again.
Yeah.
If this cat's not here when I get back, I'll never play this game again.
I don't get that cat.
All right. So you guys are going to head out towards this band of goblins.
Bye, cat. Bye.
So there's 2 ridges. It would be great actually if I could. I need to get this sorted for next game really. But if I could get this
Sorry
screen
about that.
showed, that's fine. They're done with the cat. They put the cat down and they're going to come back for it. So it's now just a choice of which scouting group of goblins you want to take out first. Both have got 5 goblins in.
Are either one of them on a higher ledge?
No, the ledges either side of the camp are both pretty equal, to be honest. So none of them really offer a tactical advantage.
Okay.
I mean, well, they're both ledges equal in tactical advantage, rather.
Okay. Well, let's just go for either one.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe the nearest one.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, so you're nearer to the north one, the north side, and then the south side's a little further away.
All right, we'll take the north side one then.
Okay. You guys gonna head in stealthily, or are you just gonna march out into the open like, I'm gonna cut you up?
We do have a rogue.
I mean,
Yeah.
we can try to stealth. Just remember, guys, I have like a -1 on.
Should we like split
And
up?
is-
Like one group is going to just go wait for the sneakers to try the sneak attack and then jump in.
Well,
You can-
an
yeah,
idea
you-
could be then Holly could like get a little bit close, try to sneak close, get up in the trees near the ledge, so she can fire down upon them,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
and then Addo can rush
Well,
in because
There's a lot.
He has a sword, but he's better with his greatsword.
There's a lot of cover on the part of basically this ridge that's overlooking the camp. The ridge itself is pretty clear, so if you stood on the edge of the ridge, you could see the camp, but everyone would be able to see you. But I'd say about 20 feet back from the ridge, there's a lot of foliage and trees and rocks and things like that for cover, and you'd be able to hide behind. So you could
So we can
you could
ambush the guys
come up
on-
through the bushes.
Right?
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
can ambush the guys on the ridge as it stands.
Yeah, as it stands, they are literally just patrolling up and down that ridge. That is the best vantage point for those guys to be able to see everything. Whether they are aware of the
like,
risks. That's
Holly, go ahead and stealth up and try climbing a tree, and then you can have our melee tank, i.e. me, run in.
yeah. GLS says attack, Andrew. He wants Addo to attack. But yeah, all right. Let's get these rolls on the go then. This will see if you this will see if you guys get into a position of advantage.
So
Do I need to make any rolls? Because I was I was thinking Holly was going ahead of us.
Yeah, Holly, you make the stealth roll to try and get into a position of advantage there.
Yeah.
Easy.
Again with 23.
23. Bang. So, let me get those rolls up right there so you can see. So, Hannah, rolled the stealth roll of 23 and manages to sneak through behind the rocks. She climbs up on a rock, manages to get a nice position in a tree. There's a cross branch. She positions herself between the two branches of this tree, perches her shoulder against one, and she is ready to take aim or whatever she needs to do from there. She can see these goblins through breaks in the other trees, so they can't quite see her. And Feldraxian is using thaumaturgy.
I was going to try to create a sound in the opposite direction so that they face away while Holly is sneaking.
I think the opposite direction would literally be the cliff.
Oh, the cliff itself. Yeah, it probably would actually. They won't see her anyway. You don't need to use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. Anyway, it's a good move, but
Give it time. We'll need it.
yeah. And the rest of you guys then? So you're going to sneak up, or are you just going to charge along the path once the first hit's in?
Once Holly is in position, then Addo will try to sneak up because he knows at this point, she's hidden in the trees. He's not going to alert them to her. The only person really in danger is him.
All right. So how this is going to work? If you three are going to come up, try and sneak up. If they spot the group of the three people, Haliaga will get a free shot as a sneak attack, as a surprise round, but you guys won't if they spot you. If they don't spot you, you'll all have a surprise round, so you'll be able to all make an attack for free.
Nice.
Or an action.
Sure.
So this is where it comes in. So Ardo with the 0 stealth.
Addo, please.
I guess we don't need to roll anymore.
No.
Yeah. Ardo steps on a twig.
Can I try?
All of the goblins look around at Ardo. And yeah, you can try.
I don't just step on a twig. I basically kick a rock right at their
Yeah,
face.
you bang your
kick it at
shield.
yourself, like,
No, I'm just kidding. No, you kick a rock or step on a twig or something. You make some noise as you approach, and because of the weight of your armor, it makes a crunching sound. And those guys turn around and look at you. Tharaga, you don't have enough time to get into cover after this sound that Ardo's made. So your stealth's been diminished by Ardo's noise, which is why you get the 6. And Feldraxian, do you want to try and stealth? See if you manage to. If you get a crit or something, you'd be able to get into these bushes and.
Go fuck this.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's this number say?
You can do it.
Gotta love having disadvantage on stealth.
Yeah. Yeah. Stealth's a really good feature to have. It's good to have a rogue.
Yeah.
Stealth 13. It's not going to be quite enough to get into a hiding position, so you won't be. You're less noticeable than the others, but you haven't been. You haven't been stealthy enough to escape the view and the gaze of the goblins. Attack, right. Andrew. Well, GLS says, "Run, Andrew." So I'm gonna. So you guys, I'm just gonna get the distances right here because we're not using a board for this round for this game. We will be using a board the next stream. So the distances roughly. So in the trees, you're about 20 feet away from the ridge. So you're easily in range of all your attacks. And you're within 30 feet of the goblins. So this is going to be some close combat. Unless you're choosing to stay back a little bit. Just say 45 feet or 50 feet. That's totally up to you.
Well, I know Addo's getting closer because he has a great.
Yeah, so 30 feet. Ardo's 30 feet away.
I can't see the range on my spells, so I don't know what to do.
Oh, your spells will all be in range, I think.
Can I back off a little bit?
Yeah, you are like 45 feet kind of thing. So you'll be slightly behind the others. In fact, I'll do this. I will do this.
Spells.
I'll create a new page. You guys should be able to see this page now. You can see the grid page.
Yep.
You should be able to.
Blank.
Yeah, blank. It's just a blank page, just like a battle map sort of thing. You guys can put your tokens down if you want. You can just drag your character sheet onto the page, unless you want me to do it.
I already got mine on there.
Where are these goblins at in relation to Otto's token here?
All right, so I'm going to draw the.
How does this work?
I got you. I got you covered.
Yeah.
Thank
thanks.
you.
Ah, damn it. So I'm going to draw the ridge line there, and then there's the trees. Tree line's probably about here. So these are the trees. And sorry about the drawing, guys, but you won't be able to see this on the stream, so I'm just trying to be quick. Let's get your characters on there. Oh, hang on. Need to delete those. They're on the wrong layer.
There you are, Holly.
Why is it doing that? Why is the token? There's a token not built for it. Damn it! All right. Feldraxian. Okay, so Oliaga's in the trees. Feldraxian's probably back there, and the goblins. There you go. All right. So you guys can see now what's going on with the goblins, right?
Yeah.
So the first attack will come from Holly. So what kind of attack have you got that you can use here in this situation? 5 goblins here. 5 goblins are on the other side of the ridge.
Yeah, I have sneak attack. Can I do that with the sword bow?
Yeah, you should just it should just attach it automatically. But if you attack the sword with the sword, are you attacking with the sword? You're going to charge in.
I think she said short bow.
Oh, short bow. Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah. If you want to use the short bow, just attack with that, and then if it hits, add the sneak attack damage.
Yeah. Okay. So.
They're quite hard to hit, goblins. That definitely hits.
Again with
So-
the 23.
What's up with the 23?
Yeah, 23 to hit. That's awesome. And then 5 piercing damage. Now add your sneak attack damage, so click your sneak attack.
Oh yeah.
Let me have a look at the sheet.
It's 1d6 for the extra damage.
Yeah. There should be it should come up as a button now. When you press that, it should just happen. There's a sneak attack in there.
You'd have to create a separate attack for it in order for it to have the sneak attack damage. By default.
Oh yeah, maybe. Core. You can just roll 1d6.
Yeah.
How does she do that?
Is it roll normal advantage disadvantage buttons or?
You can
Where
just
do we get the dice?
you can
Roll
on the
1d6.
if you type in /roll and then space 1d6, it'll just roll a 1d6.
Is it /
roll. And then space, and then 1d6. Or on the left-hand side, there's a bar, and you can see there's like a question mark, and then above that is like a weird shape. That's a 20-sided dice. If you click that, you can select dice from there as well to use.
Yeah, that's D6.
That's easier, yeah. Just roll a d6. Nice.
Nice.
Oh well, so you absolutely shred this this goblin,
Oh man.
and he instantly the bolt, the arrow just goes right through his head. He just falls to the ground, dead,
Oh,
done, deaded.
Awesome.
that's brutal.
All right, so the closest one, I'm gonna mark as dead. Blech. All right, and now we're gonna after that we're gonna roll for initiative. But do you know what though? Because this battle is gonna take a while, and I wanted us to finish it by 4 o'clock. We got 15 minutes. We're probably gonna be about half an hour in the battle. So I might start the ending of this session now, and then in the next session we'll have this to start up with, so we go straight into combat next session. So you've killed one. The next session we're going to roll initiative. The goblins are going to roll initiative, and we're going to see whose turns who goes first in the turns. So I'm sorry, I was hoping to get to the goblins a little bit quicker than this, but with roleplay, sometimes we like to roleplay, and it's good. We had some good story moments.
Yeah, I mean,
Just because I'm curious to see how it would have turned out.
In the greatsword, you're gonna have to do that again next time. You know that.
I know, but look at it. Look
That's an instant kill. That is an instant kill. But that depends on your turn next time. But yeah, goodbye goblin. That goblin is deaded. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the first session. We've got to wait another 2 weeks for the next session. So these guys will be back in 2 weeks' time. I'm also going to be setting up another Dungeons & Dragons game with another group on with the Sang group for the later session. But that won't be for another month yet, I guess, until we start that. And then we'll start doing more and more and more until the schedule fills up, and we've got like possibly a maximum of 4 games I'm going to do. 4 separate games.
Holy crap, Brave.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it. It's one of my favorite things to do is Dungeons & Dragons, guys. So everyone in the chat and GLS, don't forget to hit that follow button, guys, as well. Support the channel. And if you haven't already, you've got the link there to the Sang group. So these guys are all there. So if you want to talk to them guys as well, and you're over 18, apply to join the group. So everyone, thank you very much for watching. And you guys as well, thanks very much for playing.
Yeah,
Is there anything you want to recap on before we leave, or talk about?
Is the cat safe?
Is the cat's
Should
safe? The cat's safe.
Yay!
Should I publish my my notebook so people can see the actual backstory? Because I kind of gave like a very small or like concise version of it.
Yeah, if you're happy for everyone to know all that information now, then you can make that public. That's fine.
Okay, how do you suppose I could do that in a conducive way?
The only way to make it for everyone able to see Grave to change it.
Yeah, I can change it so that everyone can see it. So that's up to you.
I don't think I have anything to hide anymore, so.
Yeah, I'll do that for next session. I'll get everyone's any information that anyone wants to read. We'll put it up there. And also in the main menu before you come into the game, there's a forum which some of you guys have seen. If you want to post like journal entries in there, or if you want to just put it straight into your notebook, you can do it wherever you like. But notebooks is easier. If you've got a journal entry in there, where at the start of next session we can read from it as a recap. Like what I did was I in my campaign. I used it as a literal diary for my character, and my character was, I'm not sure about this Feldraxian guy. He's getting on my wick with all this talk of demons, and it's just like I wrote it from my character's perspective. Although you guys wouldn't speak to him about like that, but if you guys want to do that, I'll read it out at the start of the session, and then that way you can all have a laugh. Obviously, you've got to know that your characters don't know what the other characters are thinking, but it is good insight for you guys, and it's a bit of a laugh as well. So if you want to do that for homework, you can. If you don't, then don't worry about it.
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
All right, cool.
Do we get any XP today, or are we doing that?
I'm gonna
going by a different way.
I'm gonna dish out experience points at the end of next session because we're mid battle. We won't be able to upgrade anything anyway, so I'll give out all the XP from this session and next session at the end of next session. But you will be getting XP for like the way you handled things at the beginning, the role play, and all that. So it was really good. It was really good, guys. Thank you. First sessions are the most difficult to run, and the most difficult to, as a player, it's the most difficult thing to do is to speak as your character, and because you're not really into it yet, it's like, oh shit, what do I say? But the more you play, the more sessions we do, the easier it will get for you guys. But you did really well. Thank you very much.
All right. See y'all in 2 weeks. Same Hawk channel, same Hawk time.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. See you later, guys.
I added my story onto the little chat box.
Oh, you did? I got you. Wow. See, I told you it was a book.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's in his diary.
Nice.
Oh, and
Alright.
the day one is from when Grave had the computer problems, and I wrote about what we possibly did while
Yeah, which has been retconned. It's done. All right. Well, I'm gonna end the call, and I'm gonna say bye to everyone in the chat, and I'm gonna end the stream.
Yeah, Oni died.
Oh,
Yeah. See you later, guys.
no wonder I didn't want
See you, Grave. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks.
Sweet, that was awesome. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in today. I'm going to be ending it 9 minutes early, I know, but that's just the way this game goes. Sometimes we get a bit longer, sometimes we get a bit less, depending on the story. So thanks for tuning in for this first episode of Secrets of Neirash. And next week, we haven't got any Dungeons and Dragons next week, but the week after, we're back to Secrets of Neirash, and we'll try and get some more games started with different titles, different players. Maybe some of you guys can join at some point. That'd be good. So take it easy, stay awesome sauce, and make sure you follow the channel. Okay? Okay?